Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Moonmist and we're continuing to play some more Persona 4 Arena. Well, let's go ahead and continue with our Mitsuru storyline. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but we'll see. Late November in the year 2010. The darkness fell without warning. And at the same time, the previously busy examination room fell so silent that the man's ears hurt.
Hey, what happened?
Oh, what did happen? He called towards the back of the room, but no one came. After working for public security for over a decade, he thought little could face him anymore, but this was uncomfortable alien. It was no ordinary blackout. If it were the faint light of machines running on battery power, such as cell phones, would remain. But the silence disturbed him even more. He hadn't heard so much as a single cry. As he overlooked, he saw a point or spot in the darkness. Something was giving off an eerie glow, as if painted in indecent light. Once his eyes began to adjust to the darkness, he was able to faintly make out the area around the light. The shining spot was revealed as a small, strangely decorated box, one that the man had only just delivered to the forensics team.
Forensics team!
Oh.
What the hell is...
Interesting. Wait, if he's able to be in here, that means he has the gift. Oh, interesting. That's crazy. He called out, still squinting at the shadow of a person he could see at the window before him. But as sharp resolve, he saw that it was not the person's shadow at all.
Huh?
Oh. He had no words to describe it. At first glance, it seemed to be a coffin. Indeed, that's what it was shaped like. But he had never seen a coffin standing upright, tall as an adult, shining like a dark crystal. Yet, that was clearly the crystalline mask was squatting in the spot where a dark window clerk normally stood. Upon closer examination, it wasn't the only one. At desks in front of the evidence shelf next to the reference computer, the objects towards everywhere, as if they had been taken out of place as humans.
What are these?
I don't know. A chill ran down the man's spine. They're people. That's what he thought. Intuitively came to mind. Was that the reason he could not hear anyone else's voice? Was it because everyone but him was...
What's going on?
Once the fear had set in, it wasn't easy to shake off. His familiar office was starting to look like a grotesque netherworld. He felt quite sure that he had gotten out. Quickly, he turned and grabbed the knob to the door, which he just had entered. But...
What the...
It didn't budge. It wasn't the door that was locked, preventing the knob from turning the latch. The knob was completely frozen in place.
Is anyone here? Hey, let me out!
The man slammed his fist against the door, yelling in desperation. But the sensation he felt when his fist impacted the surface wasn't that of hitting a door. It felt completely at odds with a saw, what he saw as if a picture of the door had been between the door drawn onto a solid wall. It was then the man noticed another light, similar in color to the emanating from a box, could be seen part of his hand as he swung it forward. It was a ring. And suddenly he remembered. When he brought in the small box, he found several bizarre ring-shaped objects within it. While handing it over to forensics, he suspected that they might be rings. To check the theory, he put one on. And now the ring was emanating the same eerie light as the box. Though he still had no idea what was going on, it was immediately apparent that it was directly related to the current situation. The man grabbed the ring with his sweet, slick fingers and tugged, ready to pull off his own finger if necessary. But just at the moment...
I wouldn't take that off right now.
Oh.
What?
The man couldn't help but gasp. He looked around but couldn't see no one inside the room with him. Wherever did that voice come from?
I'll be there to rescue you shortly. Calm yourself and wait there.
When the man calmed himself, he realized that it was just a voice. The sensation was indescribable, but it was instantly unlike hearing with one's ears.
Who's there?
Oh, pardon me. This is Mitsuru Kirijo. We met earlier.
Ooh, Mitsuru. Kirijo. He did know a Kirijo. It was she who brought the strange small box. And that wasn't all he knew. The Kurijos were a wicked family who used their fortune and influence as a shield, a constant frustration to the police. Despite that, the man couldn't help but feel relief wash over him. Perhaps he might survive this after all.
Oh, well, I appreciate the help. Just hurry!
After getting the mustard words out, he sank to the floor, the door at his back. Mitsuru Kirijo, if you recall correctly, it was the eldest daughter of the Kirijo group's founding family. He noted that her voice had been far calmer than his, despite the situation they were both in. He sensed a measure of trustworthiness from her. And to think it had been merely an hour ago that he was asking himself why such a young girl had been chosen as the head of the Kirijo group at all. Oh my, it's crazy. The digital clock on the corner of the desk quietly announced the arrival of 10 in the morning. Normally, most of the staff would be out and about by now, but the entire police department was in turmoil today. It was only to be expected with a key figure from the Kirijo group visiting an unusual business hour.
Kirijo, huh?
The Kirijo group was a major trading firm synonymous with Japan. They had links to all areas of business. Not a day goes by in the city without hearing their name. The clock that had just struck 10 bore a logo of the Kirijo Electronics, and KJ was the carrier of their cell phone provided to every member of the force. A few days ago, the same Kirijo group had just made a seemingly insane proposal. The document was 100 of pages, but a brief summary would read, "We wish to collaborate with the police on an official department for eliminating monsters."
Well, it does happen from time to time. Famous businessmen end up advocating cultish nonsense in pursuit of their ambitions.
Ooh, I guess. Under consideration, it was decided that the Kirijo group should be invited to give their pitch. Of course, there was no intentions of spending tax money on outlandish proposal. The police interest are humoring the Kirijo group lay elsewhere. The Kirijo group had offered an incentive whereby if the police agreed to meeting, they would provide a detailed list of the ergonomics research, artifact as well as actual samples. It was this that drove the officials' decision, where there had been dark rumors bandied about the Kirijo group over the last 10 years. While still a family-run business, some said that old man Kritsu Kirijo had divulged into paranormal research and was performing inhuman experiments. The police collected enough evidence to test the rumor and had prepared many times to force an investigation. But every time the investigation came to nothing to the group's experts in hidden pressure, frustrating those working on the case to no end. The investigation prime target was then for infamous ergo research, the Kirijo Ergonomics Research Lab. Exposing the Kirijo group's dark secret had been a dream of the public safety for 10 years now. And now Kirijo seems to willing to hand over Ergo's research, tightly guarded secrets on a silver platter. No one knew the reason for this about face, but neither did anyone think of turning them down. They agreed to summit not hear out whatever proposed Kirijo was offering, but leads deep stone towards unearthing their past crimes. Time passes, and the agreed upon time in the afternoon came. The man was tasked with watching over and bringing in the artifacts from the Kirijo group. He thought he would not speak with the guests, but the police plan afforded him a major responsibility, one that gave him something like a leading role. It wasn't long before the Kirijo car came in the underground porte crochet something. The staff there to receive the guest only shrugged at the long black limousine that would turn heads on the main street roads. One of the youngest recruits looked towards the man and asked the question.
Chief, what's with that car?
I mean, But that was the latest of surprises in store. But the Ratio Group representative stepped out of the limousine. She was relieved to be a beautiful young woman, no older than a university student. Not only that, but she had attendants dressed in what could only be described as maid uniforms. All of them were young women roughly her age. The scene memorized by visual discrepancies present to greet her.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. I am Mitsuru Kirijo, representing the Kirijo Group. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Her brisk greeting radiated poise. From there, she shook hands with the assembled dignitaries in a manner that showed that she was no stranger to social gatherings.
She's the company rep? Really?
The young recruit, who was sneaking looks out of the corner of his eyes, muttered in spite of himself.
Their proposal said the rep who's coming today would be the leader of this new unit, but
Well, you're looking at her.
I thought it was supposed to be some hardcore armed response team, and she's leading it?
Yeah,
Well, I
she's
guess it's
leading it.
better than some meathead.
I guess.
Shut up and hold your position.
Eat it up. But in truth, the man felt the same way. Apparently, this monster elimination team would never be incorporated, but even if it were, he was sure this wisp of a girl could never do such work. Eventually, the dignitaries entered the agency along with Miss Kirijo. All of them were lopsided smiles due to the young beauty's unexpected appearance, but that would do for now. The dignitaries were only there to receive her. Their true objective was loaded in the truck parked behind the limousine. Their documents and artifacts are Urgo's research.
All right, start bringing them in.
Roger, sir.
At the man's signal, his trained subordinates surrounded the Kirijo's truck. They formed a line, smoothly passing boxes from man to man and into the building. The articles were of various sizes, with even a few that came in oversized metallic containers for aerial transport. The Kirijo group had warned them not to handle these things carelessly until explanations were forthcoming. In truth, the department was already prepared to begin forensics investigation of the objects and even send them to the
Are
lab.
you sure it's okay for us to open these? The instructions said not to.
Probably not.
It won't be a real investigation if we let them hamstring our procedures. Besides, I can't think of anything they could send us that we couldn't handle.
I'm sure there's something they can't handle.
Unless there's real monsters inside these things.
There might be. The articles were brought in silence. The operation only lasted about 15 minutes. The man himself received the last item, about the size of a jewelry box, and checked the truck to make sure nothing went overlooked before closing it up. That done, he turned and walked quickly towards the forensics room. Try though he might to maintain his composure, he couldn't contain the excitement he felt. For 10 years, the darkness of the Kirijo group had been a frustrating legend, like the mist between the department fingers. Their chance of investigating and exposing them was here at last. Even the slightest evidence matched the DNA of those who had gone missing or the victims of an unsolved case. Victory would be theirs. The man tried to tamp down his enthrallment and took another look at the small box he had held. There is no upper lid on the box. A pedestal-like prostation at the center hold a number of small circular trinkets. Their usage was completely unknown. What kind of research products are these? As the man was about to hand the box to the window clerk, he saw the wedding ring on the clerk's finger and came to realization.
Are these rings?
We're not sure yet.
The man put some protective latex gloves and tried one of the objects on. After looking at it from every angle and its colors, its shape seemed to be nothing but ordinary. If it was meant to be jewelry, it wasn't very attractive. The man could not picture the scientists in the lab coats slaving away in the lab to create rings like this. The moment that unlikely possibility came to mind, the man felt somewhat embarrassed by his ignorance of fashion and accessories. But as soon as he reached for the small box to put the ring back inside, darkness suddenly fell.
Please step away from the door.
Oh, so that's what happened. The voice echoing in the man's mind brought him back to reality. He took a few steps away from the door as directed and stood ready. Step away from the door, the more he thought about it, the stranger the order seemed. He did not. How did she know that there was a closed door when she wasn't even in the room? Suddenly, a chill filled the area. In mere seconds, the entire door was coated in white.
Where'd this ice come from?
It had frosted over. The man could not believe his eyes, but the evidence was there in front of him. He could then hear a slight knocking sound, followed by a crack forming in the center. The door buckled under its own weight and crumbled with a sound that was like a building blocks being pushed over. Standing just past it was Courageous woman. She walked over to the man with exquisite nonchalance. At her side was one of the maids she brought.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
We did give you fair warning, but it seems to have gone unheeded.
Oh yeah, definitely. The man looked towards the ring shining on his finger.
Then this happened because we touched that box? What is this thing?
That ring gives its bearer an unstable form of pseudo-potential and allows anyone to experience the Dark Hour.
The Dark Hour?
The box itself seems to be a failed recreation of the Dark Hour. The effect radius is small, and it malfunctions when improperly handled.
Oh my. That's crazy. The Dark Hour, he remembered that phrase coming in documents in Courageous' group had sent. If he recalled correctly, it was defined as a hidden time, unable to be experienced by normal people at a time where everything stood still. According to the document, it seems to have occurred every night at midnight for 10 years until spring of 2010, as if it was forcing its way into normal time. Before now, it seemed like pure fantasy. But could this silent darkness be the very same thing?
So you're saying those stories in that document?
Yes, they're all
That
real.
occult-sounding stuff was actually for real?
Yes, very much. At that moment, a voice suddenly echoed from behind the hallway past the broken door. Oh, what's happening?
Who's there?
The man reflectively called out in alarm, realizing that the fear had not yet died down. What emerged from the darkness was the younger recruit who had been greeted the guest earlier and had been helping bring in the artifacts. He was staggering as if and severely drunk. He was drunk? Oh no. Don't be drinking on the job.
Hey, are you alright?
The man started to rush to his side, but the Courageous woman silently stopped him. She stood between the two as if protecting the man.
What? He's my...
Before he could finish, a surprising change took over the recruit. Oh no. Ooh, I guess he's changing into a shadow. Ooh. That sounds very painful. Ooh. The recruit fell to the ground with an antagonizing scream. A black tar-like substance began flowing from every orifice.
What?
Ooh. Ew, that sounds disgusting. Ooze spread unnaturally across the ground and cohorted into a glob. It rose up like a beast, raising its head, and what looked like claws began to form. Its appearance showed clear signs that it possessed some sort of malevolent will. Ooh, that's scary. The man thought again about the Courageous group's initial proposal. We wish to collaborate with the police on an unofficial department for eliminating monsters. Without a doubt, this is what they were referring to. And the name that came up again and again was...
This is a shadow.
Basically.
That it is. It's a monster that dwells in every person's heart.
Oh.
They usually can't manifest themselves this way, but it's quite common to see it happen during the Dark Hour.
Oh, I see.
So the research to make this happen artificially. That's what Kirijo has been experimenting with.
Probably, but probably not for a long time.
That did seem to be
right?
the extent of it.
We do
at the
not do these
start.
experiments anymore, right? Hopefully. At the start, the man could not prevent himself from stuttering, imagining the implications of her statement. Oh Oh, jeez. With the second aura, the half-liquefied shadow suddenly took the form of some foul beast. But where was the face would have been nothing but a mask, giving the bizarre appearance of two creatures stitched together. The young woman, for her part, seemed not to least perturbed.
Kikuno, my things, please.
The maid stood to read something. The man wasn't sure what she had been carrying, but it was placed a sword in her master's hand. The blade was specially shaped, similar to the design of a fencing saber.
You're going to fight it?
Stay back. This will all be over soon.
At that moment, as if understanding the conversation, the shadow squared itself and leapt towards the young woman. Its speed matched as a beastly appearance. The darkness of the room, the man found it difficult simply keeping his eyes on it. The young woman did not move. Her sword remained lowered in a face to Shadow's advances. Of course, though, the man thought, an amateur like her could never react in time. Never.
Artemisia!
Artemisia! Oh, nice. A word from the young woman seems unusually forced, slammed the shadow against the wall. The man momentarily doubted his own eyes, for it had been the woman who repelled the monster, but a silhouette that suddenly appeared behind her. It looked as though it was being enveloped by sublime light, contracting the shadow's dark glow. It was a woman wearing a majestic dress. The silhouette held up in a hand towards the ground shadow. Once again, the man felt freezing air in the room, and with that, the shadow stopped moving. Frost crystallized all over it, turning it into an ice sculpture within seconds. Only then did the young woman swing the sword in her hand. Ha! A white gleam arced through the air. On impact, the frozen enemy shattered like it had been crystallized sugar rather than ice. The victory was one-sided, that the man hesitated to call it a battle.
Are you all right?
The young woman turned towards the man. The sound of her boots hitting the floor gave him the jarring realization that she hadn't moved a single step during the fray. Seeing that he was at loss for words, she gave him a gentle smile. It was all too much for the man. He actually felt relieved to be protected by this small woman. One thing was obvious. She had been through rough, countless battles as much like the other ones he just witnessed.
Your fallen employee's life is in no danger, but he'll be very weak. Make sure he gets to a hospital.
Yeah,
Should I make the arrangements?
probably.
No, I should at least handle that.
Oh, okay.
It is a public security matter.
If you think so, just be careful. With a nod, the young woman approached the small box and manipulated it in a way he couldn't quite catch. The eerie yellow-green light began to fade. Moments later, the silence and darkness faded too. The world had become restored. The man felt his body become suddenly lighter, causing him to breathe a sigh of relief. He hadn't realized until the pressure was gone that the air had become suffocating, as if he'd been underwater. There was a stir of movement in the room. The forensics team and assistants looked at the man and young woman, perplexed. The man took quite a look around. Fragments of shattered door were strewn about. A young public security worker was lying unconsciously nearby. And their crucial guest, who had entered without anyone noticing, held her hand in a drawn sword.
I'd be shocked too if I were them.
Yeah, that would be shocking. Just one day, just doing your job, and all of a sudden, what the heck? A random lady just came in here with a sword. That'd be crazy. It occurred to him that if normal people couldn't sense the dark hour, the sudden change in circumstances may have seemed to them like some magic trick.
Excuse me, but this place is off limits to all unauthorized personnel.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on here?
The forensic staff looked at the man helplessly.
It's all right. We had a little emergency.
Oh.
That aside, halt all examination of the relics they brought in. We'll wait for further instructions from the Kirijo group.
Huh? But you said...
If there are any boxes that are closed, don't force them open. Not if you don't want to come face to face with monsters.
Leaving frowning forensics team behind him, the man quickly went into the hallway with Crazy Old Woman.
I have to thank you for your help. And about the conference, I'll join in as well. It's been arranged so nothing you say would get through to the higher-ups.
Oh, that's nice. If the woman was surprised at what amounted to a confession or betrayal, she didn't show it.
Are you saying you will reconsider your plans?
Maybe.
I can't overlook anything as serious as this. I wouldn't be doing my job as public security if I did. But make no mistake, the things I saw today are proof of the sins the Kirijo group has committed.
Oh, the sins, of course.
They can't be punished under the law, but now that they're known, atonement will be made in some shape or form.
Oh no, it could be atoned.
Indeed. I never intended anything less.
You really put one over on us this time.
Probably.
Oh, there's no need to be coy. What happened today was no accident, was it? We'd never have believed the reports unless we saw it in person. That's why such a dangerous box had no lid. Am I wrong?
Probably.
There was no lid. That's not possible. That box was classified as risk level 3. It should have been securely fastened.
Oh, so someone tampered it with purpose. Oh no. The young woman felt silent, then gasped and gave the maid a walking silent besides her a look.
Kikuno.
The maid continued without the slightest sign of remorse and left her master behind. Both the man and the young woman sighed at once.
Us guys in public security have a reputation for being tough. But it seems like you guys are no slouches yourselves.
Oh. The summon that was meant to be a priority refusal took an unexpected turn. Promises were made to continue the talks. 6 months passed. After many opportunities to show the actual samples to the dignitaries were set up, the proposed special unit was established in mostly the form Kirijo requested. The security department, the Shadow Response Unit. It was the inaugural of the special unit that would, in time, be nicknamed the Shadow Operatives. Oh, bookmark. There you go, first bookmark. Oh, geez, that was quite a long story. Indeed, the Shadow Operatives. I'm quite fond of the name. It's not I normally pay much need to these things, but it's the case. I admit to being pleased. It started as a sarcasm on the part of the higher-ranked personnel from the police. It could be taken the moment those who deal with the shadows, but the real meaning is those who operate in the shadows. Not only is the unit unofficial, we have difficult-to-credit jobs of exterminating monsters. Mostly, I suspect it was digging at the group that disturbed the unexpected peaceful years before the older personnel retirement. But shadow operatives could also mean ones who does unrewarded, albeit critical work for society. It's a name truly befitting of this organization's goals. We're approaching the first anniversary of the Shadow Operatives establishment. Though we're still at the level of basics investigation and laying groundwork, it seems like a full-scale case has arisen.
Fighting is not our first option, but I'd be more reassured with you there. We have a general idea of where it was taken, the Inaba area, where there were reports of suspected shadow activity last year.
Inaba. Good. As they heard from an old reliable friend, I limit the call to a quick exchange of information.
I'll send you the precise location later. Sorry to call when you've just returned from a trip, but I'm relying on your assistance.
I closed my cell and turned towards my colleague.
He's only just returned and he's going directly to the location from the airport. Akihiko never changes.
Oh, she was talking to Akihiko. The man I was on the phone with just now was Akihiko Sanada. He's one of our non-permanent staff. Akihiko is an excellent persona user, but beyond that, he's a skilled boxer. He's a friend of mine from high school who fought in the shadows against me, alongside me. I admire his strict determination to never neglect his training, but the extreme lengths he goes can be rather inconvenient. After entering college, he accepted my invitation to be one of the founding shadow operatives, but it was his actions afterwards that went above and beyond. Sure, I'll join, but if only I'm going to use my strength professionally. I want to get my skills out to a level I'm happy with first, thus begin his training. Expediently. He's not only wandering the country, he's traveling the entire world. I couldn't decide whether to be dumbfounded or impressed by his dedication to training. All of this is to say, he's only just returned to Japan to take part of this operation. I give a worried smile and lean back in my chair. Then, seeing me relax, the girl watching me nearby smiles. This is Ikis, known for her blonde hair and piercing blue eyes. She's a sweet girl on the outside, but she's what it takes to be an important member of our squad.
Will we be able to find Labris? My sister.
Her sister.
Hmm?
When I look over Ikis, her eyes are cast downwards with a worry.
Will we be able to save her? Isn't that what you really want to ask?
She seems to notice once I call Akihiko as I move back up. There's a possibility that we'll have to fight Labris, knowing that it's not a great leap to imagine that the worst case, she may have to be destroyed. But alas, it's true. If Else falls, our safety is at risk without no other way to stop her. The option is on the table. Still,
don't worry. As I mentioned to Akihiko, fighting Labris is not our priority. The reason I formed this shadow operative team is to save lives. We will find her, whatever it takes, and bring her back. We can do this.
Yes. I'm sorry to be so pessimistic.
Those feelings you have for Labris, you should tell her when you see her.
I will.
Yeah, tell her. The monitor is showing data under multiple redundant encryptions. Crucial ergonomic research lab confidential matters. There's in fact a reason I'm reviewing these materials that are normally securely concealed. Because 2 days ago, on May 1st, I was unexpectedly dragged into a serious incident. The passenger plane I was taking to Kagoshima was hijacked. There hasn't been a domestic hijacking for 10 years. The top brass of the police, afraid to make any mistakes, sent in the shadow operatives in case it itself was resolved quickly and all the culprits arrested. None of the passengers were harmed either. But the hijackers' true motive wasn't terrorism or political demands. As one would expect, it was rather surprised to find that they're really after my cargo. It was a sealed box from the ergonomics research lab, where we were transporting it to Yokoshima on that flight. No one thought that risky hijacking could have been in pursuit of just the cargo, and the result of one of the objects was stolen. The arrested suspects are all in police custody, but none of them have any memory of carrying out the crime. Wait, what? Really? Interesting. So they committed the crime, but they're quote-unquote saying that they don't remember doing it. So either somehow they got brainwashed, or they're just lying. But I don't know. Interesting. Someone was pulling their strings, and very probably using common methods. Considering that Puppet Master was charging shadow-related cargo, I doubt they'd easily deal with it. As for what was stolen, I just mentioned its name a moment ago. The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris. It is an older model from 2 generations ago. When shadow-related ergo research documents were lost in an accident, we know little about Labris. She's an android, most likely a female version just like Ikis. But instead of a weapon layout, she'd seem to have been fitted with some kind of experimental equipment. That's all we know. Still, thanks to our collaborators' quick wit, the escape vehicle was traced with the end system. It wasn't easy, but we managed to pinpoint the location. It was heading to the city of Inaba, where there may have been shadow activity last year. Once the preparations to depart were complete, I headed there myself. My mind wandered a bit. Though I was unaware of them, the shadows of their sins committed to the creature's name is still painfully 10 years on. That I sometimes want to avert my eyes. But now, it is not the time to bound by the past. Now it is time to act. I suddenly noticed that Agus has been staring at me worriedly. I gave her a smile and stand up decisively. Limousine. At the limousine time. We're pulling up to Yasugo Inaba, the central town of Inaba. Though it has been the central town, the main street seems nearly deserted, and there's virtually no activity to be seen through the car's windows. It was confirmed by the vehicle's transporting levers was abandoned here, so our first motive was to confirm the situation. Or so I thought. I attempted to ignore the rude stares of people trying to get a look inside the car, focusing instead on the scent of my tea. People kept crowding around whenever we parked. We had to move to a number of times already. We didn't get a moment's peace until the car had reached the junkyard on the outskirts of town. As I try to keep from sighing, Aika speaks up from her seat in front of me.
Mitsuru-san, our activities are supposed to be undercover, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
For undercover missions, it will be necessary to keep all personnel and vehicles from being noticed.
Right.
Mitsuru-san, may I say something that I've been meaning to say for a while now?
No.
Uh-oh.
Understood.
Aika's poker face is perfectly blank, though I understand what she's getting at. I've actually wanted to say something along those lines to the people around me for a while. Still, it would be galling to hear it from someone else right now.
All I told them was to give us a car with enough space.
Our contact has arrived.
The man approaching us is someone whose cooperation I specifically requested. His name is Detective Kurosawa. Before I welcome him in, Aika speaks
Oh
up.
my! This was not our designated meeting area, yet he has discovered us.
You want to know how I did it?
Music. Lately, it feels like whenever Aika wants to voice her opinion to me, he intentionally puts it into the robot act. They mention this at the lab. That is, if Aika speaks in a stiff, formal manner, either she's getting too human and is developing habits, or she's doing it on purpose. Honestly.
We appreciate your cooperation, Detective Kurosawa.
Oh, hey, Jojo. Welcome. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Welcome.
Thank you for stopping by.
Welcome. The fairy bear girl.
Long time no see,
Thrilled to have
miss.
you join our
And
magical
I guess,
adventure.
was it?
Let's create
Indeed.
enchanting memories together.
It has been a while.
Hope you're having a wonderful day. You're doing great. That's good to hear. That's nice. I'm just playing Persona 4 Arena. Yeah, have you ever played this game? It's a pretty good game. I like the story so far. Detective Kurosawa was an officer at the police box near the school we attended 3 years ago. He was shunned for cooperating with us and got busted back down to an officer. But you know that the shadow operatives are officially recognized. He's in their good graces again. Oh dang, he got demoted. Yep, it's fun. Oh, nice. I do love it so far. It's really fun. But then he got demoted. But then he got promoted again. Oh my. So this is what happened to him. A man who can be trusted beyond the confines of the situation to solve a case, even going as far as to bend the rules. He's a rare breed. Detective Kurosawa's expression has softened while he makes small talks with Aika, which makes me realize that this may be the first time he's seen Aika in her combat form.
I shouldn't make you stand while we talk. Please, get in.
Sorry. I haven't seen you in a while, so I had a lot to say.
He must understand that we are trying to get going incognito. Though it's kind of him to point out that our vehicle and attire are completely unsuited to the goal that as he entered the limousine. Well, if you wanted to go uncovered, you would not want to be in a limousine. 2, you would definitely not be wearing a white fur coat. Yeah, that's totally not gonna help with being incognito, especially in a small town. He sits and does and does not even wait until the door is closed before getting to the
I
point.
found out quite a bit regarding the case you had me look into. First, I reviewed the report on the incidents from last year. One of the suspects mentioned the word persona.
Persona?
So what went on here last year?
It's probably related, but I wasn't done there. Parts of this guy's testimony were even more outlandish. If you can take what's in the record at face value, it seems persona users can enter TVs within the Inaba region.
Enter TVs? What does that mean?
Just what it sounds like. You physically stick your body into the screen and go inside.
Oh, so it's only restrictively in Inaba only. That's interesting.
He claimed there was another world in the TV, and dropping people inside it was the method behind last year's murders.
This all sounds rather absurd. I'm surprised it was included in the police report.
I got in touch with the detective in charge at the time and said the same thing. Apparently, the report was filed by a young partner of his at the time. He'd entertained the wildest testimonies like this one.
He sounds like quite the oddball.
He was quite the oddball.
If this was what really went on, the police would have had no chance cracking it. But that Detective Dojima is one shrewd guy. Even with all the supernatural hocus-pocus surrounding the case, he caught the culprit.
Yeah. I asked him to collect information about the serial murders that occurred in Inaba last year. The shadow operatives aren't public knowledge, so I thought the local police would be more willing to speak with him, but the results surpassed my expectations. I thought it suddenly frustrating to already run up against something I'm powerless to achieve myself.
That's all I have for you right now. I should be going. I doubt either of us has time to reminisce over the old days. It's funny, though. I thought the fighting was over, but you guys surprise me every time I see you.
Thank you very much, Officer Kurosawa. Why don't we at least see you off?
Yeah, see him off.
Oh, that's all right. I've got my own car. I doubt my department would appreciate your tastes.
Probably not.
If I ever showed up for work in something like this, I'd be the talk of the force until the day I retired.
Probably like, oh my god, did you see this guy? He was in a limousine. Oh, can you believe it? Detective Kurosawa's jokes with us before exiting the limousine, leaving casually back at us. I had nothing to say that I always watched him leave, rotating his shoulders to work out some kind of kinks. I just, though, felt the need to comment.
Mitsuru-san, this could be bad. Our sense of social aptitude is in question.
Yeah, you're in a limousine. No one has a limousine here.
I can't deny that.
What should we do now?
Yes.
Yes, I will be in a limousine. I've never been in one. I think it's too much for me.
First, we'll need to test the claim that persona users can enter TVs.
We're at a junkyard after all. I could see a number of consumer electronics that have been discarded illegally. I just looks around and points out a certain pile as she gets out of the car.
There is a discarded TV over there. If the environment does not matter, we can use it to test the phenomenon.
Wait, I guess.
Don't worry. I'm just going to touch it.
He's gonna touch it. That's not what I was worried about. Ice isn't wearing anything like a disguise in. No, I'm overthinking this. Already attracted enough attention. Even if we leave now without doing anything, our pictures could still end up on the internet. Let's let them gossip about strange people in funny clothes. It'll become some urban legend. My mind is made up. I step outside wearing my special equipment. Once Ice sees that I followed her, she gives a small nod and stretches her hand towards the screen.
Amazing!
Her hand is inside the TV screen, but the screen itself seems undamaged. Ice's hand is swallowed up to her wrist as if to put it into a bucket of water.
Interesting. It's exactly as the police report said. What's it like inside? Do you feel anything?
Not particularly. No, wait a moment. It's the same as mine.
The same as yours? Well, what? What do you mean?
It's hard to say definitively since this is my first encounter with it, but I believe this reading is from a personality module.
Ooh, a personality module.
Does that mean our retrieval target is inside the TV?
Huh. Sounds like fun.
Akihiko. The voice from above. It sounds very familiar. But all I see in the direction where it came from is a man in an outlandish red cape. I hesitated for a moment. Could it be?
Is that Akihiko?
The man leaps from a stack of towers like a TV, like an acrobat.
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
It's very interesting. In spite of myself, I buried my face in my palm.
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing? Just what were you doing overseas?
Well, didn't I tell you that I was on a training expedition?
He was training.
Don't tell me you came here from the airport like that. Does the concept of keeping a low profile mean nothing to you?
Hopefully he was wearing something, because he's naked. Well, half naked.
Mitsuru-san, I believe we have lost the right to complain about that.
Well, true. You're wearing a fur coat, and he's basically just a robot. That's it. I'm never meeting the subject of her appearance again. Never mentioning the subject of her appearance again.
Anyway, we can go inside from that TV, right? What are we waiting for?
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
So what? If we want to get this Labrys back, someone has to go inside, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's...
Our target hijacked a plane to throw her into a TV in this town. If we sit on our hands, it's possible we'll be put in serious danger.
Akihiko's right. That's exactly what we've been trying to act as quickly as possible since the case began.
We're different from how we used to be. We made the choice to fight shadows as professionals. That's why I traveled around the world and trained harder than ever. And now that something's actually come up, you're hesitating? We agreed to do this. I'm ready to stake my life on the mission.
Yeah. Recklessly and unafraid to state his honest opinion. Classic Akihiko. He must have understand that is his role. Certainly there are times when I need such options. And it's been a while since he went abroad. I think I can understand his current mindset.
All right. Wait right here. I need to go make a phone call first.
Oh, phone call.
Okay, but make it quick.
He doesn't have to tell me twice. I take out my phone and bring up the contact list. It rolled inside a TV. I don't know what might look like in there, but I do know someone that could help us. I originally was going to ask for their help after Labrys was secured, but perhaps this is time has come. Oh, who you can call? Now I've taken all possible precautions. The rest is a test of a result. Oh, well, they're not gonna tell us who. Oh, come on. They didn't even tell us who you called. That's not fun.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah. If we all barge in and something happens, they'll be devastated.
Now that you mention it, at least one of us should be staying behind as well.
I am not staying.
Oh. Yeah.
Us three will be plenty. We'll end this in a flash. No problem.
The same as always. Although, we have no idea what might be waiting for us on the other side. Don't get careless.
Right.
Right.
This situation, it brings back memories.
All of the memories of the good old days. Or were they good oldies? Probably. Maybe. Not really, but...
Ready!
Alright, they're going to TV. But who's in the limousine, I wonder? Should the rest of the team's in there. Ooh. They're inside. They're gone. They disappeared.
Why enter the TV?
Oh, Nato.
What's going on?
It's the auto. My bookmark. Things. We're balancing too. Oh, the music.
Where am I? Is this inside the TV?
Maybe. It could be. I remember being enveloped by white light, but when I came afterwards, it was unclear. This is the world inside the TV. Oddly enough, the sight before me seemed to be the main gate of a school. The name engraved on its entrance plate is...
Yasagami High School. I do recall that name from our map of Inaba. An existing high school has been completely recreated inside the TV?
Basically, yeah. I came to a realization. I've encountered something much like this before. It doesn't appear to be much different from reality as far as the appearance, but it seems to be some distinctive, sticky atmosphere. The Labyrinth of Tartarus, our battleground 3 years ago. It bears a lot of similarities to this place.
Wait, where are the others? Akihiko! I guess!
Oops, looks like they're gone. Being separated won't do anything to further investigate the mission. Perhaps we can use the communication power to gain in touch with them. Oh, looks like no use.
I can't reach them through my persona either. This place is highly unusual.
Yeah, very, very unusual. It's there barely functioning, but the noise here is severe. I need to understand this world a little bit better and find a quiet place to concentrate. As I check my surroundings again for enemies, I hear the sounds of footsteps. I tense getting myself ready, but when I turn around an uniformed girl steps, looking at me in bewilderment. Oh, she gets to meet Yukiko first. Nice. Oh. I didn't expect to meet someone else here, let alone a seemingly ordinary schoolgirl. Could her age and outfit belie a connection to the theft of Labyrinth? But once the girl's surprise faded, she still seems confused by my appearance. It seems that even here in another dimension, people are staring at my attire. Of course, you're wearing like a white fur coat. Anyone would be like, why is she wearing that? Why? People reveal something of themselves when they are caught off guard. Anyone in the act of committing a crime couldn't fake the perplexed, though naturally...
Did I surprise you? I suppose my outfit is somewhat unusual.
Of course it is.
Oh, no.
Why are you here?
Well, I...
Oh? A loud cheer suddenly swells, cutting off our conversation. Judging by the sounds, I guess there is a crowd present here. I look around in the area in confusion.
What? Where is that coming from?
I could be anywhere. Students appear one after another, clearly intrigued to see us here.
What's going on?
I don't know. Before I can react, an image appears on the monitor. Bird buried beneath bizarre decorations.
Hello! Hello! This is General Teddy, your
Teddy.
benevolent dictator!
No. Bad Teddy. No, we don't need that right now.
And I, Rosette, am your commentator. It's time for the next round in the P1 Grand Prix. Are you ready to fight?
Maybe. Probably.
Hey, magical
P1
viewers,
Grand Prix.
join our Discord
Fight.
server using the password the Mooncap.
Suddenly, on one of the ridiculous costumed cubes, smoke pours out of us, surrounding us. A spotlight shines from somewhere directly upon me. Instinctively, I raise my arms to shield my eyes from the harsh light. It feels like I'm being displayed for an audience.
And who do we have for Yuki-chan's opponent this time? Ooh, it's a mysterious, beautiful lady! How unexpected!
Oh, I think he's broken. I think we broke her. He's broken.
Teddy?
Oh no,
What's wrong?
he's broken. He's broken.
Do you know that bear?
The monitor showing the costume general, Teddy, suddenly buzzes over with static. The static gets worse and worse. until an eerie, emotionless bear costume, one that looks as though it has forgot how to make facial expressions, appears on screen. The voice is the same as before, but its tone is harsh, mechanical now.
Case 04, unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Oh my.
What is that supposed to mean?
I do not know, but I think we're not welcome.
What's going on?
As soon as the normality registers, I feel a bizarre noise, like something scratching against my whole body. What is that? Some kind of attack? It doesn't seem like to have any effect on me, but the girl standing beside me underwent quite the change.
You! Who do you think you are, showing up alone like this?
Oh, Yukiko, no. No, Yukiko, don't be mad.
It's no use trying to talk your way out of it. There's nothing to discuss.
No,
you don't even try to understand anyone anyway.
Oh no, I think we're in trouble.
If you want to wall yourself off from everyone, I'll be happy to end your lonely life here.
Dang, that's harsh. The girl faces this torch with hatred as she spits her words at me. It's a cry from her usual demeanor. And if she's acting commendably different person, and though that's not at all, understandably, she seems not to know me before, but now she speaks as if she does. What is this? Could it be the effect of the noise I sense?
You won't be so smug for long. Come, Konohana Sakuya!
Oh no, Konohana Sakura.
A persona?
Yeah, persona. The girl spreads out the fan in her hand with a flash of light. A persona manifests. How careless of me. I should have accounted for this possibility as soon as I saw her in here, in this world.
We won't be settling this peacefully, I see. In which case...
I ready my invoker and concentrate.
To me, Artemisia.
To me, Artemisia. Power rises within me, and it seems a sensation in my limbs tells me that my persona has emerged. But my hands holding my invoker is still at my side. My persona, did it just appear without the use of my invoker to trigger it? Did I summon it only by thinking? Theoretically, one doesn't need an invoker to summon one's persona. I didn't have one the day my persona first manifested, and I've done it without one several times as well. But never before I've summoned it so easily and without any special connection. As if my consciousness is reaching far beyond the boundaries of my body. By the wave analogy, it seems like it's being able to control the wind within my fingertips. Could it be? Is it because the world is special? The girl's voice brings me back to the situation at hand. Which reminds me, the girl doesn't seem to use any special implements to summon hers either.
A persona user. Fine. I still won't lose.
No.
Sorry, but I won't be defeated either.
Oh no, that's not good. Yeah, we gotta fight. I think I'm ready. I think, hopefully. Oh hey, it's almost Misu's birthday.
Final!
Right. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, you!
You're a devastating blow.
Oh, geez.
Stay away!
The news.
You have time.
Stay away!
They're utterly cheap.
I won't hold back.
Something is draining away.
I'm coming for you. One mistake.
Push on the
Next time.
Oh, damn.
You can still fight. This one was dead on.
Counter!
The time is now. Sorry.
Here we go, get him. Oh, got
Oh
it.
my, they lost.
Yes, he did lose. Oh, sorry, you could go. Okay. It was crazy. Once the battle ends, the monitor nearby switches on.
An irregularity has occurred. Multiple intruders detected. Emergency. Intruders are persona users. Due to difficulties in elimination, they will be acknowledged as valid targets.
Valid targets? He obviously refers to myself and the others. Does he mean that he's going to adjust the tactics for dealing with us due to how much of a threat we are? The way he said that seems to be a bad omen.
Valid targets.
It seems like we're going to be valid targets now. I understand that we're considered to be intruders, but what did he mean by that? It seems we're a part of a tournament now, but what was that enemy's original plan? The monitor screen buzzes up again. Once more, it shows the costume person as he originally appeared.
Jeez, you need to let me know if you want to get in on the fun!
Oh, okay, so they are now officially part of the tournament.
But this is a unique situation, and you're one hot mama, so I'll make an exception. Just keep putting on a good show in your next bout, too!
Who are you? Why don't you take off that strange costume and show your face?
Hey now, I don't think a lady walking around in a cat suit like yours can talk to me about my bear suit.
He does have a point. You do have a lot of fur on.
Enough with the questions. Move on!
Again, yet another person hanged up on my outfit. Ugh, it's unlike me to let the enemy words get under my skin. The monitor switches off with those cheeky words.
Is that costume thing the one who stole Labris?
Maybe.
If so, then what's the
Probably
purpose of this bizarre tournament? Fine. I'll get a read on your location.
Oh. I quickly link my communicator and persona. Some personas are more suited to operational support than direct combat. In my case, though, that power is secondary. We normally have persona users who specialize in that role, but with some specialized equipment, I can get by. I focus my consciousness and send it drifting through the surrounding area. The enemy must think he's keeping an eye on us, but he'll learn soon enough that he's not the one with the bird's eye view of the situation. Before the layout of this place becomes clear, an unexpected change occurs around me. The moment I use my powers, noise runs through the students that have been speculating. In an instant, they turn into something like silhouettes that barely have human shape. It seems their true colors have been exposed. Are they not human?
What? Were they shadows? If they were, I don't sense any hostility from them. Were they just set dressing that thing in the costume prepared?
Probably not. The cheering crowd would lead to one believe that there is a large number of people inside the TV, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Which leaves it a mystery, and may be best to consider it a blessing.
In any case, it appears that apart from this girl here, none of those students were real.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Well, I think Yukiko's feeling better. The girl who had collapsed on the floor is coming around. I released my persona and rushed over to help her. I wasn't fighting to my fullest, so she shouldn't be suffering from any real wounds. There are many mysteries surrounding this girl. She seems to have more than just an association of one of those bear costumes. The moment the girl sees me, she jumps back as like a startled animal. Her speech is flustered, her face is bright, blushing red. There are tears in her eyes.
How come you knew about that?
About what?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
That was private. I never even told anyone at the inn about that.
What are you talking about?
I can't believe someone I've never even met before knew.
Knew what? What are you talking about, Yukiko? The girl covers her reddened face in shame. I try to think back on what I said to her. Did I point out anything that would have caused such reaction? One detail jumps out to me. But the girl's manners of speech shifted to before a battle. It wasn't just her personality that abruptly changed. Though we just met, she talked as if she knew more than she should about my past.
That reminds me. That noise I sensed earlier is gone.
Yet the girl before me no longer bears any senseless animosity from before.
It seems to have been some kind of interference from the enemy. Come to think of it, that bear was egging us on. The interference must have been to ensure two total strangers would fight.
Probably.
General Teddy, was it? He looked comical enough, but he certainly put an elaborate scheme in motion.
A very elaborate.
No! How could Teddy...
It seemed She seems to have finally calmed down and continues muttering with a perplexed expression.
You know the one in costume, I take it?
Oh, I know him very well. He's usually not like this at all.
I take the girl's hand again and help her to her feet.
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo. I've come here in search of a unique object. Why don't we start over? If you don't mind, I'd like to hear a little about yourself.
Yes. Oh, my name's Yukiko Amagi. I'm sorry for losing my composure just now.
A pleasure to meet you.
So, Amagi, why did you come to this world?
Where to start? So many strange things happened over the last year.
At first glance, she looks like an ordinary student, so why is she here inside the TV? Amagi briefly summarized her reason passed to me in an even tone of voice. According to her, this world was prominent in serial murder case last year. She and her friends awakened to their personas while investigating the case and eventually solved it. This world is formed by people's thoughts, and at that case conclusion, it returned to its original state. None of this contradicts from what I learned from Detective Kurosawa.
A realm inside a TV, formed by people's thoughts. It sounds absurd, but that would explain the incongruity I sensed when I used my persona.
We thought the case had been solved, but lately there's been another strange program on the air. My friends and I couldn't ignore that, so we came back here.
Your friends? Are there others here besides yourself?
Yes, I was with 3 other people, but we got separated when we entered. The one in costume and the girl who called herself Rosette are friends of ours too. But they're acting so strangely.
So this is not the way they generally behave, then?
No, definitely not. I can tell from Amagi's reaction that normally she trusts those two impeccably. Considering what the enemy did to her earlier, could it be under its control as well? Could they be? Yeah. Either way, it sheds no light on the theft of Labras. How are they related? Or is this incident only coincidence?
There's one more thing I'm curious about. Have you ever heard the name Labras?
Labras? No, I don't think I've ever heard of that before. What is it?
It's the thing I'm searching for. What makes it problematic is that I know nothing of its appearance. Honestly, I'm not sure it has anything to do with this disturbance. Though I can't write it off completely as irrelevant.
Though it appears that there's no connection, whatever went so far as to hijack a plane to steal Labyrinth brought her all the way here. No matter how I look at it, it means something.
Anyway, thank you for your cooperation. I understand the situation better now. We should stay together going forward.
Whoa! Think again, ladies!
General Teddy suddenly appears on the screen to interrupt our conversation.
Only the winner of each bout can go on! That's rule number 1 in the Grand Prix!
Oh, great. How exactly can the rules be enforced? As if to answer my unspoken question, Amagi makes an odd gesture.
There's nothing here, but I can feel something. A wall, maybe? Wait, but Mitsuru-san could...
Amagi looks at me expectantly. I take a tentative step towards the place where she claims there is a wall.
Like I said, you're stuck there until the tournament's over. Only winners get to go. Come on, miss. You won. So it's time to barrel forward to the next stage.
I must leave the girl alone. This is a strange world, then. Though I'm easy about doing nothing, so Amagi seems to read my thoughts and smiles.
Thank you, but I'll be all right.
If you say so.
I fought shadows for an entire year, too. I can protect myself.
I see. In that case, I'll press on and do my best to rescue your friends.
Yeah, we'll see.
If you see them, please tell them I'm all right and they shouldn't worry about me.
Yeah.
You be careful too, Mitsuru-san.
Amagi smiles solidly. He's very strong.
All right, I'll pass that along.
I nod, acknowledging her wishes, and turn my back and walk away.
Not only do they tamper with our minds, they prevent us from leaving until the tournament is settled. It may not necessarily ruin friendships, but there's no way forward than to fight one another. What a loathsome trick.
It is very loathsome.
It seems the mastermind is intent on us fighting each other.
I grip my teeth in anger. Maggie's eyes, clear eyes remain in my heart. This operation is no longer just to retrieve labyrinths. I make a silent vow to go. Anyone who has been dragged into this must be rescued. Okay, who are you gonna fight next?
Another dead end.
As I step into the school, I realize that there's invisible walls everywhere, blocking off routes that seem to be open to the naked eye. Why is the theft who stole labyrinths gathering Persona users in this world? And not having a clear idea of their motives is compounding my anxiety. I guess an Akihiko must be dragged into this Grand Prix as well. If so, we need to compare notes. If all goes well, we may figure out the location of the mastermind behind that I failed to grasp earlier. After quickly confirming that there's no shadows nearby, I link my communicator with my persona. I focus my consciousness and send it drifting through the surrounding area.
Hurts.
Oh,
So lonely.
it hurts so lonely.
What was that?
I don't know. Could be anything. The presence is faint, but I can tell where it is. Yet, I can definitely hear a voice. It seems like I could sense it because of my secondary support capabilities, but when I focus it harder, it doesn't seem like they're trying to communicate with me. It's more like the world it is and the intense emotions behind them. They're seeping out of the room itself, perhaps even from all around me. Eventually, the voice becomes clearer.
I'm scared. And alone. It hurts. Why? Why won't anyone listen?
I don't recognize the voice. Perhaps one of Amagi's friends.
Maybe.
I didn't ask to be born a machine. How come? What's the difference between normal people's hearts and mine?
A machine? Is that Labrys?
Yep. I stand up trying to calling to her.
Labrys! Are you nearby? Answer me!
But there's no answer. It seems that it's not because the voice of the owner is nearby that I can hear her. It is subtly different from hearing voices with one's own ear. It's true. I focus my sensor once again, but I still can't tell exactly where it's coming from. Now that I have a through command for the layout here to make it harder to pinpoint. Eventually, the voice fades out, only silence remains.
Going by what she said, that had to have been Labrys. Sounds as if her heart has developed further than we thought.
Even Igus in the last model required a lot of time and experience to develop the heart that she has. So then why does Labrys, who has just been sealed off from her development up until now, have such an advanced
I didn't
heart?
ask to be born a machine. It pains me to hear that.
It's very painful. It's very painful. It could be my relate, you know. I'm not a machine, but other methods, yeah. The anti-shadow suppression weapons. Both Igus and Labrys were created as an insurance for dangerous shadows experimentations in case subjects would go to berserk. The only thing that could stand up against shadows of persona, and being able to control one is absolutely necessary when dealing with shadows. Thus, they are giving hearts in order to induce their ability to use personas. But a weapon that has a heart contradicts itself. If it was natural for Aegis to face the contradictions, it caused her serious anguish from in the past.
We can't allow victims like her to be tormented by sins of the past. Whether they're human or not.
Newly resolved, I pressed on. I continued through the school, still unable to contact Igus or Akihiko. The visible wall seemed to be leaning me towards the gym. Compared to the one back at Gokuen High, this one's rather modest, with the chairs stacked up are unusually high, and the monitors everywhere give it an eerie air. The monitor switch-ons again. Sorry, had a cough. Sorry. But this time, it's not showing General Teddy. How strange, this appears to be a commercial for a fighting event.
What in the...
Oh, she finally gets to see it. A succession of young men and women are introduced as participants. One of them I recognize as Amagi.
They're wearing the same uniforms as Amagi. I assume these are the friends she spoke of.
All of them are introduced with horrible epithets, but Amagi I met in person was a completely different, sophisticated girl. I suppose the enemy made up all those taglines. Just as Amagi introductions end, the video suddenly turns off, and General Teddy's face appears on the screen.
I had to completely rejigger the bracket to accommodate 3 new contestants! Sheesh!
3 new contestants. Myself, Akihiko, and Aigis?
On the other paw, a tournament's more exciting with more people in it! But getting back on track, allow me to introduce your next opponent!
When he injured someone who had already been up there turns around. Where his face, it was on the video just a moment ago.
There's people besides us here?
You're...
Holy crap, she's smoking hot.
Of course, Yosuke.
The thing she's wearing doesn't hurt either.
Ooh, Yosuke.
You were in that video just now. What was it they called you? Captain Ressentiment?
Captain Ressentiment.
How come you remember that stupid title and not my real name? Figures I meet a knockout like this and she already knows about that. God, I wish I was dead.
Oh, geez, poor Yosuke. Apparently, the episodes from the video hit a sore point with the people featured. The nickname left more of an impression than their real name, though it just felt spelled out. At that moment, General Teddy appeared again on one of the larger monitors inside the gym.
How do you like your opponent?
Why are you making us fight? What benefit do you derive from this nonsense?
So many questions!
So many.
I just want you all to suffer! Isn't that exciting? Isn't that fun?
No, not really.
That's what this is about? No. If Labrys is involved, there's more to it, isn't there?
Enough jibba-jabba! Hurry and start the fight! Look at your opponent! He's ready, see?
Oh. As General smirks, a wave of discomfort washes over me. It's the same time with Amagi. As I glare at the monitor thinking that more interference is at work, I hear an unexplained bitter words.
Yeah, Teddy's right. I mean, you're the one who barged in here.
Uh-oh.
Man, who'd come to such a dangerous place without hesitating? You really are an ice queen. I bet you don't have many friends, huh?
It happens again. The moment that noise kicks in, not only does my opponent's personality change, they begin speaking of things they shouldn't know about. And exactly like what happened with the monkey.
You talk as if you know me.
Stop acting so calm and changing the subject. You seem like you don't know much about this world, so how do you plan to get out? Don't tell me you rushed in here with no escape plan. Oh man, seriously? You're nuts. People like you who obsess over responsibility and put all the burden on yourselves, you annoy the hell out of me.
It doesn't matter how others perceive me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Isn't that because you don't trust anyone?
We could can have a normal conversation with the enemy's interference, but we know that I catch myself trying to argue the point. The heavy responsibility I suffer is mine alone. If I share it with someone, that means that suffering will always be shared. This is why I try to be self-sufficient. Hiccup, sorry. The more I care about someone, the less I'm willing to rely on them. But isn't that no better than believing in them? I've been caught in that trap before. Maybe I still haven't truly escaped it. But how could he guess my private distress, and one that I barely confide to others before?
I was supposedly an unexpected intruder. What's going on?
What are you mumbling about? Well, let me ease your mind. I'll end everything for you. Let's do this, Jiraiya!
Jiraiya.
Go, Yosuke-senpai! Beat up that shady ready. Let the fight begin.
We're not a shady lady.
I can see there'll be no talking sense with him like this. There's nothing for it then. Artemisia!
Rebel time. Okay. Yeah. I'm a bit tired today. So I might have maybe the stream might be a little early. Yeah,
Final.
I'm a bit tired.
Fight!
I won't hold back! No! I'm coming for one escape! Better luck next time! Do or die! Artemisia! On guard!
Oh, frozen.
Turning
Hit that boom! Time for some confusion! Persona!
I'm coming for one escape! Better luck next time!
Just getting started! Too slow!
There you go.
In the end,
Oh, it's like the Imperial Queen of Execution. That's her nickname. Well, she's the Queen of Executions, alright. Maybe I just might do one tonight.
Aw, you're
I'm a bit
so
tired.
useless, Yosuke-senpai. Unfortunately, the party crasher wins.
Hey, the girl in the PA system is rather casual with her insult. Soon after General Teddy appears on the monitor.
You're so strong, miss. I can barely believe how gorgeous and powerful you are.
It seems they're not provoking us only to have us fight one another. And their method. Is it more like an illusion they're casting over us, rather than some sort of mind control?
Probably.
Still trying to figure everything out? Switch your brain off and enjoy the Grand Prix already.
Sorry, but I'm not some savage who enjoys the suffering of others. And don't call me Miss. My name is Mitsuru Kirijo.
Hey, or Mitsuru.
Kirijo?
Uh-oh.
You've toyed with us, and I don't take that lightly. I'll make you pay for what you've done. You better be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Kirijo.
Yankee. Oh, hi. Oh.
Thank you for
Loki.
following.
Thank you for the
679.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you.
Maple, the
Hopefully
fairy
you
bear
have a
girl,
wonderful day
is
and night.
delighted
Welcome.
to have you
Thank you
in
for the
our
follow.
magical
Thank you.
community.
How
Let's
are you doing?
embark
Hopefully
on
having a wonderful
enchanting
game.
adventures together.
Well, thank you for the follow. Thank you. I should probably introduce myself. I am Moonmist. I am Sandcat Princess of the Moon turned magical girl. Yeah. Welcome. I usually stream every day except for Thursdays. Every day at around 11:30 p.m. at PST. Except for Wednesdays, I might be able to stream at around 10 o'clock, 9 to 10, somewhere around there. 9, yeah, but yeah, welcome. I used to play RPG games and visual novel games. Well, I can play any game, really, but mostly those my main games, RPGs and visual novels. Welcome.
You're the one who should be prepared.
I forgot to read that.
I'll never let you stop me.
The moment she hears my voice, the face on the bear costume distorts into a mask of heat. Oh, dang. The broadcast ends after a fight. Flinging those words.
I mentioned my name on purpose. He reacted as strongly to the name Kirijo as I thought he would.
Oh, he got triggered. Oh no. I still don't know anything for certain, but I'm increasingly sure that the General Teddy is related to the circumstance surrounding
At first, I thought I'd stumbled into an irrelevant side incident, but evidently not. We were meant to come here.
Just then, the young man behind me slowly gets to his feet.
Ow!
Sorry, Yosuke.
Ah, you're awake.
It seems now that the battle is settled, the interference causing us to both seem to be vanished. Armor cringes away frighteningly. I can't help but shock.
My. Amagi reacted the same way. Were the things that the illusory me said that harsh?
Maybe.
Oh, you bet. Wait, what? Illusory?
Yeah, it's all illusion.
And did you just say Amagi?
Yeah.
You meant Yukiko?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, before I came here. I was forced to fight her, quite against my will.
I explained the situation to him. I also added that she shared information with me about last year's case. That should help prove that I didn't encounter Amagi. Just on the off chance, I asked Harmer about Lapras, but he seems not to even know that name. Once we're finished speaking, he stands up, places his hand in the air as if touching something.
Only the winner can move on, huh? I'm the only one who can feel this invisible wall thing, so I guess it's true.
I'm glad you understand. I was worried you'd doubt me since I'm a complete stranger.
Well, you didn't seem like someone who'd try and trick me. I mean, what's the point? I've lost now, so I can't go anywhere.
Indeed. You're very pragmatic.
Yeah. The young man waves away my compliment.
Nah, after what I went through last year, I just got used to coming smack up against insane stuff in this world.
Oh, really?
And Yukiko, my friend you met,
Mm-hmm.
she believed in you. So I don't mind trusting you too.
I see.
I can't help myself from smiling. Their bond seems to be real. I did somewhat envy the way they trust each other without a doubt. That could never happen unless they had overcome the same trials together.
I'd like your opinion on something. What do you think is the objective of this tournament?
Yeah, what do you think?
That General Teddy said it was all in fun, but I doubt it's anything so simple.
Oh.
I've been wondering the same thing, but I don't know. But you know, it might not just be Teddy behind it.
Really?
I met this weird girl earlier.
Oh, what girl?
A weird girl?
She was about my age, and she said she was the student council president.
Oh.
It was like she had no idea that she was inside the TV world. That doesn't seem very likely, does it?
Maybe.
No, I doubt one could be unaware of such things. It's possible that she didn't come here of her own will.
This may be a school now, but it doesn't always look like this. When normal people who don't have personas come in here, the world changes to reflect what they're thinking of.
Really?
It happened every time a victim was dumped into a TV last year. Maybe this time she's the victim. Even if she means well, she still could have a lot to do with the tournament.
Could be.
Girl, huh?
Judging from the state of affairs, I'm beginning to think that the girl in question is Lapras. Since Ramo doesn't know the details of my mission, it wouldn't occur to him that what I was searching for is humanoid weapon with a heart.
What did this girl look like? Did anything about her stand out?
Huh? No, not really.
No?
She wore the same uniform as the rest of us.
A uniform?
Considering how Aegis looks, it's possible that Lapras' appearance is quite close to a human. But what does that mean that she is completely able to pass as human? Even Aegis has to wear clothes to cover up her entire body in order for her to walk around town. Yet Lapras even wears the same uniform as them. Chalk it up to another unsolved mystery, I suppose. But after talking with Herma, it does feel like I'm starting to understand the bigger picture here.
I see. Thank you. I'm getting a clearer picture of what's going on.
Hey, thank you.
I'm sorry, but I can't stay and chat. I should be leaving now.
Oh, wait a sec. Can I ask you a favor?
Oh, what's up? As long as it's not weird.
Can you look after my other friends too? It sucks, but I can't get to them from here.
Oh, you're scared. That's nice.
That Teddy's really not a bad guy either. Sure, he eats my ice cream without asking and stuff, but...
Of course.
He's not the type of guy who'd get off on watching people hurt each other. There's gotta be some other explanation.
Don't worry. I was already thinking along similar lines. What we saw was an illusion. It may be that they're faced with the same situation. I'll save everyone who's been dragged into this, including your friends, and this student council president.
Thanks. Just hurry before someone else dies in here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Harmonious expression, which had previously been blank, a bit desperate, darkens unnoticeably. From what I've heard, last year's Shadow incident revolves around several serial murders. It may be that he lost someone as well. To fight so desperately but lack the power to make difference before forcefully parting from loved ones. I understand that pain all too well.
That must sound pretty lame, losing the fight and then making a lot of demands.
Not so. Your concern for your friends in a situation like this. C'est magnifique.
C'est magnifique.
What?
C'est magnifique. It's French.
I sensed it when speaking to Amagi, too. But you all seem to have very strong wills. I promise to do what I can to help.
Emotions he seems to be viewed as weakness are actually a strength. I'm sure that with a little bit more experience, he can come to realize that too. He'll see the difficult it is held onto that will, and how valuable it is to have friends that can share with it. Since I'm the one who will be moving on, I'm responsible for the duties of entrusted to me. As if sensing my determination, her expression turns serious and he nods. There you go. After parting ways with Hammer, I once again proceed to the school. The invisible walls continue to bar my path. Noticeably, the enemy is leading me exactly where he wants me.
Is there no end to this?
Probably not. Rule 1 of the Grand Prix are powerfully reinforced. I tried to see if I could destroy one of these walls, but it doesn't seem as though as I could. Even if I use all my strength, but even if I do, I'll be locked into a fight if I happen to run into anyone. Either way, it doesn't seem worth the trouble. I stray from suggested route on purpose, open one of the classroom doors. I sense no enemies, and it doesn't look like I'll run into my next opponent here either. And yeah, it should be safe. Once again, I link my communicator with my persona. This time, unlike before, my senses clearly and smoothly spread onwards. I sense two familiar signals.
Akihiko and Aigis. They both seem to be okay.
Okay, that's good. First, I focus my sense to contact Aigis, who's close
Can you
by.
hear me, Aigis?
Mitsuru-san, I am relieved to finally hear from you. Is Akihiko-san with you?
Unfortunately, no.
No, we were separated, but I've confirmed his safety. I'm sure he won't be defeated that easily.
Aigis laughs upon hearing my
Let's
words.
exchange information while we can.
I gave her a simple outline of the current situation. I mentioned the students that were drawn here. My suspicions that this Grand Prix mastermind is almost certainly related to Lazarus. And what I've heard about a girl who's assumed to be Lazarus.
I saw that girl a moment ago, though I lost sight of her when the invisible walls blocked my path.
Oh.
I've been told she looks more human than you. Is that possible?
Not only that, she was almost indistinguishable from a normal person. I couldn't believe it either. Yet I definitely sensed a personality module. I don't believe there's any mistake that she is Labris.
I see.
There's no doubt that General Teddy has a strong tie to Lazarus and the Corisio group. But this girl whom we believe to be Lazarus apparently is walking around unconstrained. If he can set this up many walls, it should be easy for him to capture
Don't
her
worry
too.
about meeting up for now. Under the present conditions, we'd only end up fighting amongst ourselves.
Understood.
I don't know how Labris ties into this situation yet, but be careful.
Hmm?
Hello?
Oh.
I lost her.
I know the connection dropped. His voice trails off as my connection to her dies out again. I wonder if the enemy noticed our conversation and took preventative measures. Though the voice I'm hearing now definitely isn't General Teddy.
Ain't there some other way?
Oh?
If there was, then...
That's the same voice from before. Labris, is that you?
It happened again. The voice reaches me through the persona's ability, but I have a strange sensation about it. I get the impression that the voice is seeping out of this place itself.
Why are you laughing? What about this is funny?
Who is she addressing?
I don't know.
I don't want to fight him anymore!
Fight him? What do you
That
mean fight him?
reminds me. Hanamura said that the environments here are formed by the thoughts of those who enter this world.
Mm-hmm.
Could these be Labris's innermost thoughts?
Maybe.
Is that why everything about this place radiates her feelings?
Oh, that could be a possibility. For a moment, I expected not just a voice, but a powerful wave of emotions. They bombarded me through my persona senses. A strong sadness, confusion, despair. I can hear it but fall to my knees through nothing is assaulting me directly. How can I describe this weight? One possible explanation crosses my mind.
She's not addressing anyone. These are her memories. I see. So that's what's going on.
I think back to what General Teddy said. That making people suffer is fun. I dismiss it in barbaric desire not worth thinking about it too deeply. But in truth, what kind of horrors would someone have to go through to emerge with such stunt perspective?
I'm finally beginning to see the relationship between this tournament and Labrys.
In any case, I must proceed to learn anything. I will redouble my resolve and begin walking again. The monitor suddenly turns on, showing a smirking General Teddy.
What are you getting so sentimental for? The Grand Prix's not over yet!
Of course.
Then you intend to continue this meaningless farce.
Oh, meaningless farce.
I'll decide what's meaningless or not! Bring out the next challenger!
Oh. Alright, who's gonna be? As soon as General shouts, smoke gushes from obstructing my view. It seems he isn't willing to listen to reason at all, now that I expected otherwise. Who will I force to fight this time? I strain my eyes to see through the smoke. It looks like it's...
You!
You? Oh, mine. I remember that face. Nato Shirogane. He was present as a police officer. Observer with Labrys was being transported to Yamashi. Yamashi Shamiya. I can't speak. It was thanks to his quick thinking that we discovered Labrys had been taken to Inaba. If our trip hadn't been disrupted by the hijacking, he probably would have been with us in Yakushima. But why is he here?
This is a problem. I didn't think we'd run into each other so soon. Is this another illusion?
No.
I can see that it isn't. I'll answer that question later. It would be best to say as little as possible for now.
With that, the young woman lifts a finger to his lips in a gesture and it remains silent. Directly afterwards, a staticky situation runs through my body. It's then I understand what he meant. Once again, this noise will prevent us from understanding each other properly. He's probably also noticed the effect at work. Nothing we see right now could be called conversation. If we both understand that neither of us need to take what the other says personally. That's why he called for temporary silence. It's an amazing assessment, given the brief time in which he had to make it. Before long, I suspected the young man before me undergoes a complex attitude reversal.
Seriously, such impatience handling the grunt work yourself like this. Isn't micromanaging like this the style of an incompetent leader? One who can't see the bigger picture?
This isn't how he truly feels. I say
the
nothing.
Silent treatment, huh? That's fine. I understand perfectly. You don't believe in people. Not a single one. You have friends and allies, but believing in them is a different thing. I suspect you'll never break down that wall. Shall I say it for you? You're actually scared to. The notion of growing attached to something and losing it scares you so much that you'll share nothing truly important to you. Even if you want to believe in your friends, you can't. That's not true.
After those words slipped from my mouth, I realized that the argument is futile.
Of course it is. Why not simply admit it? In truth, you have your hands full just expiating your family's sins. You don't need the added burden of others placing their lives in your hands. Isn't that how you really feel? No.
The young man smirks as if ridiculing my inability to stop myself from responding to his allegations despite knowing the futility of doing so. But that smirk only helps me regain my composure. The real Shirogane would never make that face. This is only an illusion.
There's no use continuing this. Not until I eliminate this irritating mirage.
I think the fight. Okay.
Final. Fight!
I'm coming for you!
Vicious attack! Is the opponent cornered?
Artemisia!
You won't escape!
Better luck next time!
Sorry.
Okay.
Marin Kevin, an amazing miraculous move! Ice!
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
An explosive final round!
You
Victory
did it.
is theirs!
Sorry, Naruto. I turned towards the monitor and assumed that General Teddy will appear to mock us. But for some reason, this time he doesn't. I'm not sure why, but at least it allows them time to calmly talk things over. I looked towards the young man once again.
Am I getting through to you now?
Yes. The same goes for me, I presume. It seems we were spellbound until the fight began, as we both suspected. They disrupted our communications to drive a wedge between us and make us fight. Though it's a mystery to me as to where it draws such personal slights for the illusions before us.
I agree.
He seems to be no animosity and is willing to discuss things, but to be honest, I'm not sure where we stand. Why is he here? I can think of several possibilities, possible explanations, but he secretly followed us in this chaos may prove dangerous. He gave a sudden worldly smile, and a sense of my reluctance in trying to agitate.
There's no need to be cagey. I don't intend to dodge whatever questions you have. You were probably wondering 3 things when you saw me here. First, how did I enter this world? Second, what am I doing in Inaba? And third, if I came here looking for you, what are my true intentions?
No wonder you've made a name for yourself as a detective. You're correct on all counts.
The first answer is easy. You know now that I can use a persona, allowing me access to the TV world. As for the second, there's no great mystery why I would come to Inaba. I live here.
You wouldn't happen to be acquainted with Amagi and Hanamura?
You've met my senpai?
Your friends. I gather that you're comrades who fought alongside each other during the serial murder case last year. I assume you entered the TV together for the same reason they did, and found yourself dragged into this mess as well.
Whatever doubt I may have been about them, it seems like they're because we were dragged into them. Dragged them into this. I'm not very comfortable with that.
If so, I must apologize to you.
It's okay.
No doubt you already know, but the object we seek has been brought to this world. It's most likely the cause of this disturbance. Whoever learned of this world's existence must have thought it would be useful in whatever they're scheming.
You apologizing to me?
Noriya shrugs with a worried
Are you so
smile.
sure you can trust me? You have no guarantee that I'm telling the truth. And there's still the answer to your third question to consider. I haven't yet told you my true motives.
Fair enough. But if you're friends with Amagi and Hanamura, I feel I can trust you. Their bonds with their friends are real.
Perhaps I lied about that too.
But then why would you bring it up? No, you're no villain. That's what my intuition tells me.
You aren't at all the person I thought you'd be.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, it's a compliment, I think. Probably. His smile suggested it was meant as one. It makes him look his age or even younger. I can't help but smile as well. He's not exactly the hardened detective I imagined him to be.
The Teddy who appeared on that monitor is not our friend. He's an imposter.
You have proof of this?
I found the real Teddy.
Oh.
Our enemy can fog both our eyes and ears. It's possible they can make themselves look like someone else.
I see.
but I still don't know why they chose to take on Teddy's appearance.
On hearing this, I sighed and closed my eyes.
It might be to make you all suffer. If they led you to believe your friend betrayed you, it would make this all the more painful.
There's some truth to that, but it seems too simple a motive to warrant this elaborate of a disturbance.
He's wrong. If the motive is somehow connected to Lapris's memory, what had been incomprehensible becomes completely understandable. My conclusion must have shown through my face, and Saragani trails off in understanding. Oh, at the moment came something like a touch. It's a sensation that I haven't felt since entering this world, but I know this feeling. This effect of being brushed by a persona's informational support powers.
This feeling. Rise-san! Rise-san, can you hear me?
Naoto-kun? So you ended up here too!
Yeah. The voice that echoes as much as the voice I've heard over the PA system, but it seems quite different. The announcements must have been part of the culprit's tricks. This Rise's voice immediately turns quivering.
I'm so glad. Ever since this weird fake Teddy kidnapped me, I've been all alone. The others are fighting each other too.
No.
It's all right. Just calm down and tell me where you are.
I think it's the announcement room. It's kind of off though. There are these invisible walls around and I can't get out. The fake Teddy was watching me until a moment ago, so I couldn't use my persona.
She seems to have been under the General's close watch, limiting her chances of using her persona until now. As soon as General stepped out for a moment, she seized the opportunity to contact Saragani.
You're in the announcement room now, yes? I'm headed straight there, so stay put.
Huh? Who's that? Why can I hear your voice but not sense you?
Oh, dang. She sounds extremely confused. I had temporarily forgotten that my equipment prevents me from being detected by persona abilities to an extent. I prepared it after facing an enemy with similar powers once before. It works by making my presence difficult to detect unless they know me well and recognize my signature. Saragani senses her confusion as well and introduces me to her. His introduction is accurate, yes, concise. I can see he's a first-rate detective.
Kirijo. Wait, Kirijo? Are you that Kirijo?
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
The CEO?
Pretty much, yeah.
Not quite. I am the founding family's...
You hired me for a commercial before. Oh, crud. Thank you very much for your patronage.
Well, she seems like she's a fan.
A commercial?
Oh, yes! I'm Rise Kuchikawa. I'm a classmate of the others you met, but I'm also kind of a starlet, and, it's hard to explain.
Oh.
Rise-san, that can wait. There's no knowing when our adversary will return.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, she does have a point.
Kujikawa said that she was captured, but why would they treat her differently?
I suspect it was to block communication. If we could speak freely as we just did, their whole scheme would collapse.
True.
Ah, so that's why Teddy and Rise-san were the hosts.
What do you mean?
The real Teddy has a similar power. That's why those two were taken separately.
Ooh.
Not only that, but by acting as the two who had disappeared, the enemy thought it could portray them as traitors. Though it appears that Teddy managed to escape on his own somehow.
How come I'm the only one fake Teddy is watching over personally? Sheesh.
Maybe because your powers are more better. And Teddy's is Teddy.
You have the most powerful investigative persona. They must have had to take greater pains with you.
Yeah.
I think we're keeping this going too long. We've exchanged what we know already, so I'm gonna shut down the comms link. Be careful, you guys.
I forced Shirogane once again.
We are responsible for this case. Rescuing the ones who've been dragged into it is part of our mission. Besides, she's another of your friends, isn't she? All the more reason for me to go save her.
You. He makes a small gesture as if searching for the right word. After taking some time to make up his mind, he looks me in the eye once
You're
more.
quite prepared for this. It would be unfair of me not to tell you everything. Please hear me out. The reason I came here was to...
Was to what?
You're a real straight arrow.
I'm kind of off intentionally.
You're very proud to be a detective, no? I can see it in your eyes. You would never sell out your beloved justice. If you've done nothing to be ashamed of, that makes us even. I haven't been entirely forthright with you either.
Kirijo-san. It seems I still have much to learn.
Despite what I said, I can make an educated guess as to his motives. He's a persona user. That means the police selected their observer as someone with the potential. If his only task was to watch over the transfers, therefore be no need for a second persona user. Leading me to believe that he's been asked to secretly spy on me or my organization. Oh, he's smart. She already found out. But we have nothing to hide anymore. There are many things that shouldn't be made public, but I'm sure his judgment is sound.
Well then, I will once again entrust my friend's safety and the resolution of this case to you. In honor of the bond we are forming, Mitsuru Kirijo.
I promise that I will not let you down.
I smiled back at him and moved on without looking back. I knew there's something up ahead to whom I owe recompense. There's no hesitation in my step. I reached the 3rd floor. After turning a corner and going for a while, it finally comes into view. The announcement room. This is where Kirijawa was supposed to be.
Are you Kirijo-san? Kirijo?
Hi. As I open the door, 2 students greet me. One of them is the voice I've heard through my persona. Kijujawa. First time I still can't pronounce her name. I presume. The other girl I didn't see in the video.
Hang tight, Miss President. We'll be okay now that help's arrived. Kirijo-san, this girl got dragged into this mess too. We have to help her before that general comes back.
So you're Kujikawa. Sorry, but I'll need you to step back.
Huh?
I turned to face Miss President.
We meet at last. Astounding. You really do look human. But you're not, are you, Labris?
The girl jumps at hearing this. Kirikawa still looks unsure, but I can't drag her into this. I place myself between her and Labris.
Huh? What do you mean she's not human? Isn't she a victim who got dropped inside the TV?
Labris being a victim is one way to see it. But what if I learned this far is accurate, and the one who set this Grand Prix is most likely...
Labris, our records show that you were loaded with special equipment. Undoubtedly a function that affects thoughts and scrambles recognition. That's why we saw and heard illusions whenever we fought. It would also explain General Teddy's appearance, and those who met you believing you to be human.
Special equipment?
Mm-hmm.
Labris? What are you talking about?
Labris protests in ignorant sound as if she's in denial of something that she already knows. It's tragic hearing the desperation in her voice.
I'm sure the reason why you captured 2 people with analytical personas wasn't just to keep them from interfering with your designs. I came to a realization when I noticed I was the only one who sensed that noise. An analytical persona's searches clash with your ability. They dispel illusions, so you needed to confine them. You feared that if they caught you off guard and used their persona's ability, this would happen.
Oh. And with that, I summoned my persona, Artemius. This unexpected noise immediately runs across Labrys's body. It's exactly the sensation I felt before each round of the tournament. Artemina cancels out their voice scrambling, their senses, and the illusion begins to wear off. Little by little, the facade fades away, and her true appearance emerges.
No! What's going on? This can't be.
What was your motive, Labrys? Was it revenge in the end? I can understand why you'd hold a grudge. I caught glimpses of it on my way here. But your hatred should be centered on the Kirijo group. Why drag innocent students into your vendetta?
Kirijo group? No. I don't want to remember. Never again.
Miss President, Kirijo-san, she seems to be in a lot of pain. I don't know exactly what's going on here, but you can't push her any further.
At that moment, Labrys straps equipment on her back that I had mistaken for wings. It suddenly separates and transforms into a giant battle axe that is larger than she is.
Miss President?
Get back! Hurry!
Uh-oh. Labrys approaches one step at a time. Her axe is ready. At the ready. Her steps seem uncertain, but she's moving with a battle goal clearly in mind.
The injunction against harming humans has been removed? I see. No wonder she was sealed away.
Behind me, I hear Kirijawa pleading.
Is there no other choice but to fight?
No, probably not.
I won't let you do any more damage, Labrys. It's me you want.
Shut up! Shut up! I didn't like that!
Okay, battle time. Oh, we're actually gonna fight. Oh, we're actually gonna fight her. Oh. Oh, 420, that's her birthday. Oh no. Oh, happy birthday. Happy late birthday.
Final.
10 days ago.
Fight!
I'm coming for you! You won't escape! Better luck next time! Artemisia! Persona! You have time to gawk? I won't hold back! The time is now! You will pay! Kneel before me! You have time. I'll fight to the bitter. No escape. Ice! Marin Karen!
Okay, cool. There we go. Alright. We defeated her. Labrys remains still. I can hear her from her denials. She didn't use a persona, but it's possible that her mental instability prevented her from doing so. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
I don't intend to turn a blind eye to the sins committed against you. That is why I must bring you back.
Labrys is the mastermind, not only of this tournament, but maybe of the entire incident. What if Labrys wasn't stolen, but instead escaped? Considering her powers, it is possible that she deluded the ordinary human hijackers. There is no knowing when Labrys regained her consciousness inside her cage. What if she hadn't awakened on opening it? What if she was already conscious inside there? She had been sealed roughly 13 years. Was there enough time to formulate
If that
a
was
plan?
indeed the case, it'd make more sense for this to be a plan devised by Labrys, rather than an unknown party suddenly stealing her away. I can't imagine how much resentment such a small, artificial body could hold. A tragic mastermind, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Mastermind? You got it wrong, Kirijo-san! That girl's not...
Yeah, sure. Alright, how it calls from behind me. But just as she does, I feel an immense threat rushing towards my back.
What?
Uh-oh. I turn around in surprise. It can't be.
Looks like you've saved me some time while I was out running errands.
You're...
Colonel Teddy gives an evil smirk. Oh. An extremely powerful vision of noise, far worse than before, is ever around us. Erikawa swats down while covering both her ears. It's all I can do to keep from falling to my own
What's
ways.
going on? This is Labrys's interference pattern.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
As thanks for cornering the real one, I'll show you something.
Oh. Oh no. It's always gross. It's so disgusting. Ugh. Oh, there is her true shadow form. Oh. The shadow has awakened. Yeah. Oh, that's going to be continued. Oh. The noise lives once again. The mimicry is dispelled. But what if it's revealed? But what is revealed is something I had not expected.
Another Labrys?
It's her shadow. It's her true self. Oh. Nah, there's the to be continued. There it is. Oh. Oh. Oh, can I actually play Labrys' story? Oh, interesting. I guess I could do one more. Yeah, we'll do one more. I am a bit tired, but hopefully it should be okay. Oh, at least one more. I'll try to see if I can at least make the one.
I'm a long way from home.
You sure are. Ever since I left Japan, I'm constantly searching for the place to test my strength. Before I knew it, I wound up in the end of the globe. As I walk down the dark alley, a dry wind blows. I can see people inside the buildings, but I don't sense any life here. Just because it's white doesn't mean there's anything close to safe, though. Well, it just shows that not everywhere in the world is affluent. I can't whistle that well, but it's okay. I sense a hostile presence from somewhere. I glance around and see two things smirking around with narrowed eyes. Our gazes meet, and suddenly those thugs are seedy-looking men, large men, and a thin man stand before me.
Yo, bro. Haven't seen your mug around here.
Yeah, bro. Where'd you be?
Lucky thing we noticed you. Come on, man. Spare us some change.
Oh, spare some change, man.
We just need a little, man. We'll double it in no time in that gambling den over there.
Gambling? Oh, my.
You're in my way. Move it.
The thugs momentarily stunned by my answer, but their shock quickly dissolves into anger.
And we were being friendly. I should have pulled this on you at the start.
Oh, dang. A large man who produces a false side of fiddle as he simultaneously whips out what he believes to be his trump card. It's a gun. He waves the muzzle in front of my face. Is it threatening matter?
A body like that and you gotta resort to a gun? Pathetic.
Pathetic.
To begin with, do I really look like I carry that much money on me?
Ain't you Japanese? Most Asians stupid enough to come waltzing around here are loaded.
Really?
Come on, give me everything you got, or it's gonna be your brains on the floor.
A large man is quite short-tempered. I wonder if he's in a mood, if his mood swings are due to lack of calcium in his diet. Maybe. I guess you really don't get to choose what you eat when you live in a place like this. The large man apparently realizes that he can't simply just take my cash when I'm dead, and his fat finger squeezes the digger before I can reply. A gunshot rings out and sends a shockwave through the alley's dry air.
Son of a bitch!
The large man stands stupefied. He recollects himself and throws a few more rounds my way.
What the? What kind of hit him?
It's because I'm dodging the shots, not the bullets. They obviously move faster than human body. Where the slow man uses his gun, the problem is that he has to point the gun where he wants to send the bullet. And I could see him doing that. I'm just reading his gun's movement and getting it out of line of fire before he shoots. It's that simple. I bet he thinks there's something wrong with the gun, or that he's not aiming well. Some people. I think he's embodiment of the phrase, big head, little whip. And he never realized it was happening. I dodged his hail of bullets and quickly closed the distance to my attempted murderer. He gets a good look at his face and contorting in fear and confusion.
Checkmate.
I struck once, burying my fist into the porcelain gut. His body lifts off to the ground for a brief moment before it collapses on the ground. The massive impact lifts a huge cloud dust, and then the man doesn't stare.
You should be more careful who you pick your fights with.
You bastard!
Oh. The man pulls something from his pocket. I hear the loud click of a switchblade being unfolded. He drops into a crouch and coiled and ready to strike.
At least you know the basics.
A rubric extends his arms and thrusts his dolly, shaking, shining knife towards me in a telegraphic attack. I get the sight of his arm and swipe at the attack angle and the blade out of his hand, out of the way with my hand striking my left hand underneath his jaw. Since his attack is most obvious fashion, I repel attack with the most obvious counter. The uppercut lands flush and the man casts in the air as he utters an undignified scream.
I gotta hand it to you for not abandoning your pal.
Sheesh. I didn't come to a journey to waste my time getting into scraps that didn't even rate a good warm-up. Although, honestly, pretty much all that I had encountered so far, my training was continuously morals of tedious quarrels. Now, up ahead, huh? I noticed that the dust from the fat man's landing has gone to my cape, and I brushed off. This is the only mark that I took from the encounter. Body injuries will heal over time if they are left alone, but the seams can't be deceived about one's clothing.
Damn, that was impressive stuff.
Thank you, bartender. Thank you. Someone speaks to me out of the blue. I glance over and see a man who looks like a bartender hastily emerged from a nearby bar. It seems he's watching the whole thing unfold.
What a fight! And against a man with a gun?
Yeah.
Are you a ninja or something?
Maybe. Probably. Probably not.
Nah, that's not important. Where are the police? I'd have thought all the gunfire would catch their attention.
The bartender responds to my bewilderment by laughing in an even more dumbfounded manner and shrugs.
Things like that happen all the time. The only authority here is the cartel.
Oh no, not the cartel.
Everyone who's not connected dies in poverty. That's been how it works for over 50 years.
Oh no, that's not good.
I see.
Those who aren't connected. Upon hearing that, a bitter feeling wells up inside me. Everything in this world relies on constant connections, and connections are just another form of power. People say that what's most important can't be obtained by power, but I figure that means the other 99.9% of everything is simple matter of power. That includes one's lifespan, and at times the lifespan of those close to you as well.
Hey, why not stop in for a drink? It's on the house. Seeing what you did made my day.
It's on the house. Nice. The bartender cheerfully voice snaps me out of my rumination.
Are you sure? The cartel you mentioned might not like that.
Hey, I'll get off easy compared to you. All I did was offer you a drink, not beat the hell out of their goons.
Oh, it's the goons.
You have the good stuff in stock?
Oh, the good stuff?
Huh?
It's hard to obtain that certain something around here. I haven't had any for a couple days now.
He wants the good stuff, but I'm gonna assume it starts with a P, ends with a T.
Actually, I'm starting to go into withdrawal.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, he's in the withdrawals now.
What is it you're talking about, mister? Listen, I run a clean bar.
No, don't worry. It is a clean one. It's a clean drink. Don't worry.
Protein.
Your protein.
I need a double shot of protein.
Protein's dead. Give me more protein with more protein and even more protein with protein. Then give me a double shot of protein.
Huh? Pro.
Yeah, protein with a shot of protein with more protein on the side. Within syrup with more protein and even more protein. Yeah.
Make it quick. It's only half as effective 30 minutes after I've burned some calories.
Really?
Sorry, I don't know that brand. Is that some kind of sake?
No, it's no sake. You're silly.
No. It's alright if you don't have any.
No, sheesh, what am I thinking? You'll never know unless you try, but it was pretty stupid of me to expect that a bartender in a dive bar like this would have any protein drinks. I shake my head and collect myself. When I finally return to Japan, I'll have all the protein in my muscle fibers can cry out for. It sounds great just thinking about it. Mountains of protein as far as I can see. Then you add more protein to that mountain, and you have more protein in the side of the mountain, and it rains protein. Yeah. But my daydreams of what the world of infinite protein would be like are interrupted. Oh, phone call. I take out my cell phone and see that I received an email. There are 3 important things on my sub-display. The first thing is a con that tells me that the international roaming service is in effect. Second is the name of Crejo. Uh-oh, he's in international roaming. That's gonna cost them. It'll be a very expensive bill. The last thing is the word urgent.
Looks like opportunity's knocking sooner than I expected.
I can't hide my smirk. The fact that the message is urgent means that I am being summoned for a mission.
Fine with me. I haven't found any opponents worth my time here anyway.
Plus, the training journey I'm on was preparing for these missions. It was my way of showing that I would be suited for taking on these special missions as a professional. It seems that either my plans is working, or this is fate telling me the time to display my results has come. Ooh.
I can't wait to see what kind of challenge there is in store for me now.
Yeah. I imagine what this unknown enemy could be and thrust my left fist probably towards a foreign wind. I can't keep my body from trembling with excitement, and I put my fist into my right palm. Early morning, May 3rd, Japan. After a flight that took over half a day, I arrived in Japan. Every time I fly, it always strikes me how cramped the seats are, and how dull it is being on long flight. Concerned that we're being placed in a hypostatic environment, it's a waste not to equip the seats with pec decks or give us access to some cardio equipment. Right. Yes, of course. Complimentary pec deck and cardio equipment, yes. As I head towards the terminal lobby while thinking about my ideal airline, I hear something I haven't heard in a while. A newscaster reporting on my mother tongue.
Good morning. It's May 3rd, Constitution Memorial Day. Our top story today is an update on the hijacking 2 days ago. 5 men attempted a daring hijacking of a domestic airline, the first such incident in Japan in the 21st century. Police began their official interrogation of the arrested suspects this morning. But all depositions have been vague so far, with suspects complaining of muddled memories. Psychiatric exams are being considered.
No. Memories.
That must be the incident she mentioned in her email.
2 days ago in Japan, a jumbo jet bound for Kagoshima was hijacked by a group of 5 men. The hijacking attempt was quite quickly dealt with because the hijackers half-hearted plane, but there was a bigger issue. Unbeknownst to the public, the passenger flight that was hijacked was supposed to have a very important piece of cargo loaded into it. During the confusion surrounding the hijacking incident, the cargo seemed to have been stolen before it was loaded into the plane. The hijacking was just smokescreen for the real crime. Using a hijacking as a distraction for a simple cargo theft is pretty daring, but it's also desperate and risky. My mission is to retrieve that cargo from somewhere, from whoever wanted it so badly. This isn't a situation that can just be left to an ordinary policeman. The cargo is extremely dangerous. The retrieval has to be done discreetly due to its sensitive nature. I look away from the monitor and begin walking again. My cell phone immediately begins ringing as if the caller was watching me the entire time. The name Mitsuru Keijiro appears on the sub-display. Mitsuru Keijiro, she's wanted to summon me here for this mission. I didn't tell her any of the details about my returning flight, but she must have found that information on her own and called after learning of my arrival. Still as prepared as always, as ever.
It's me.
It's been a long time, Akihiko. I'm sorry to call you back on such short notice.
Don't worry about it. I was at a good stopping
Don't worry
point.
about it. Look at him. At least he's not naked here. At least he's covered. That's good. Mitsuru has much greater standing in the group than I did, but we've been classmates ever since middle school, and she fought alongside me in the biggest battle. I have a feeling that the only reason we were able to pull through such an ordeal was because we helped each other back then.
So, who's our next enemy?
Yeah, we do.
Don't be so impatient. You received the brief I sent you, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't say directly in it is that the stolen cargo was from Ergo Research.
I figured it would be Kirijo group related, with you having to call me back.
Most ordinary people in Japan would have at least heard the name of Kirijo. The Kirijo Group, a large conglomerate, one of the few within Japan that can boast a large market share for overseas. Their influence is ever present that they touch may expect a typical citizen daily life. Mitsuru is part of the organization. In fact, she is one only daughter of the founding family. She grew up with the untold responsibilities and expectations and has been forced to navigate tremendous social situations ever since she was young. That's why she had a refined personality, maturity beyond her years, and strong leadership skills. Although the same circumstance also exposed her to the occasional surprising lapse into
What was inside this cargo?
The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris.
An anti-shadow weapon? Does that mean...
Yes, she's one of Aegis' sister units. She was sealed at the time of the robbery, but we think it's very likely that she's been activated by now.
Which means there's a good chance there'll be a fight. Alright. Yeah, this would be too much for the normal authorities. Sounds like it'll be right up my alley.
The man who ran the group 2 generations ago, Kurotsusu Kirijo. He was the founder of the group and also Mitsuru's grandfather. Around 10 years ago, some research he was working with was brought on about a huge distortion to this world. The force that created the distortions were known as shadows. I guess the best way I could describe them would be to say they were a monstrous incarnate of darkness in people's hearts. In any case, there's something completely absurd about that. S2, I'm sorry. The Grandpa Kirijo used Ingo Research, a facility that would be later known as infamous Kirijo Ergonomics Lab, to repeatedly perform inhumane experiments. He was artificially drawn to shadows in an attempt to attain powers beyond what mortal man should have. But the experiment failed during the final stages. What remained after the big explosions was 50 casualties and distortion in the world that can never be repaired. Normal people are completely unable to sense this distortion at all, and yet the same distortion could cause the entire world to collapse. 3 years ago, Mitsuru and I, along with our friends, devoted ourselves to a fight in order to end the threat of that collapse. Oh, who's that back there? They're menacing. They're just staring like, oh, staring. The bonds and precious memories I gained from them engraved in my heart, I felt, and haven't been fading to this day.
Fighting is not our first option, but I'd be more reassured with you there. We have a general idea of where it was taken, the Inaba area, where there were reports of suspected shadow activity last year.
Okay, I'll meet up with you at the actual location.
Are you heading directly there?
You never change. Let me know if you need anything and I'll make the arrangements.
Protein, that's all.
What? No, it's better I don't ask. I'll send you the precise location later. Sorry to call when you've just returned from a trip, but I'm relying on your assistance.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of protein. We need protein.
You went to a lot of trouble to create the shadow operatives.
Protein, please.
I won't do anything to tarnish the name. I'll see you there.
The shadow operatives, the organization I'm part of. We're a joint task force compromised of Kirijo Group and the police. Officially, we do not exist. Our main mission is to deal with shadow-related cases that the police are incapable of handling. Our objective is to prevent or minimize the collateral damage caused by shadows. Shadows can only be defeated by persona users. Mitsudo, myself, and many of the members belonging to the shadow operatives have personas and knowledge about them. Mitsudo is fully dedicated herself to prevent Kirijo's tainted legacy from falling into the wrong hands. And that is her. No, it is the shared duty of all of us in the group. I noticed that I've been unconsciously formed in my hands to feast. I have an email from Mitsudo giving me details on the meeting location. As usual, she's thoughtfully planned this out.
Inaba, huh?
A smile appears on my face. An opportunity to use all the skills and strengths I've been honing. I will commit every fiber of my being to fulfill the duty that I've been given. I couldn't ask for more. As long as we get the protein. Alright, there you go. The Sunday afternoon. Oh. I arrived in Inaba earlier than I planned. There's a lot of time to kill before I need to be at the meeting spot. In order to get the feeling of the town and what's going on, I decided to walk around a bit. From the looks of it, it's an ordinary countryside town. I couldn't believe that the people think a level 4 shadow-related case occurred here just next year. Oh, it was a level 4? Well, I thought it would be like a level 5 technically. I thought it would be. I guess it was just a level 4. As far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be any disturbances going on right now. It looks like the unit name Labyrinth isn't running amok here either. As soon as I stray from the main street a bit, it's the mountains and fields as far as the eye can see. The air is clean, traffic is pretty light, so the town has not going for it. That would be a great place to running early in the morning. Yes, it's a good place. I wait for the evening to come while exploring as much of the town as I can.
It's almost time.
Yeah, almost time. My cape flutters in the wind as I shadow box and jogging through the meeting area on an intersection at the outskirts of this town, what calls the shopping district. Meeting up in a rural area like this is a bit of a tricky situation. Since the shadow operatives do not officially exist, we need to draw as little attention to our mission as possible. Hopefully we can quickly join and be on our way so that the residents don't take notice of a bunch of outsiders assembling in their sleepy town. As long as you're not wearing anything weird, it should be fine. Unfortunately, when I arrived at the meeting point, Mitsudo and others were nowhere to be seen.
Did something happen? I doubt she'd run into any trouble she couldn't handle, though.
Maybe. Could it be that I'm in the wrong place? There aren't any tall buildings to block my view, so I look in every direction. The only thing obstructing my view is a mountain of garbage that looks like it might be scrap heap or a junkyard. I may as well be delighted to head their way just to make sure. From the area, it is full of all kinds of junk. Cars, household appliances, large and small, are piled into small artificial mountains. I test my footing, begin climbing up the stacks of trash. Looking down, I spot a long black limousine that's completely out of the place in this tiny town. I come to realize that inside...
Of course.
Yeah,
They'd stand out no matter where they were, so they could only park here.
Basically, yeah. Good about the small car. Two of my friends are standing by the limousine. A woman decked out in a fur coat and a mechanical girl. It's Mitsuru and Aikis. Right before I called out to them, I noticed something bizarre. She extends her right arm towards the TV screen in front of her and... Aikis' hand passes right through the screen. Her steel fingers aren't breaking the TV screen, they're definitely going inside it. Great reams of weight are rippling forth from where she had inserted her hand.
It's the same as mine.
Really?
It's hard to say definitively since this is my first encounter with it, but I believe this reading is from a personality module.
Ooh. Does that mean our retrieval target is inside the TV?
I don't understand how or why, but it seems that people can enter that TV. If that's the case, it would be a perfect place to hide stolen cargo. That makes things easier.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, very much fun. The two of them look up in surprise.
Is that Akihiko?
Yes, it's Akihiko. Yeah. I leap off the mountain of trash and land in front of them.
You didn't show up at the rendezvous point, so I went looking and found you here. This whole TV thing is pretty interesting.
Akihiko, what on earth are you wearing? Just what were you doing overseas?
Didn't I tell you that I was on a training expedition?
Don't tell me you came here from the airport like that. Does the concept of keeping a low profile mean nothing to you?
I take a glance at Mitsuru and I can tell that she's summoning up her coldest air. This clothing allows me to have much more better mobility, but I don't think Mitsuru's going to listen to my explanation.
Mitsuru-san, I believe we have lost the right to complain about that.
Glancing at Mitsuru's clothes once again, I can't help but sigh. Since Aggie has already voiced what I wanted to say, I decided not to make a comeback. Mitsuru simply shakes her head and sighs back at me. Seriously, this is what happens when you grow in a wealthy family, sheltered from life that normal people live.
Anyway.
I slam my left fist to my right palm. Aggie's sister unit, Lapras. She apparently is inside a TV, located in an obscure part of the countryside. I gotta wonder, what else could be waiting for us inside?
We can get inside from that TV, right? And what are we waiting for?
Still the same Akihiko. We don't know the situation inside yet, and we'll need a secure means of getting out.
So what? If we want to get this Labrys back, someone has to go inside, right?
Well, that's...
Mitsuru's lost for words. I know that my voice my own opinions mostly forceful than she's used to, but it's what I have to do. I know Mitsuru well enough to sense when she needs someone to prod her into action. Wanting to extort control over every situation is a memorable trait, but in certain situations, waiting doesn't allow you to seize any more control, and it gives you an opportunity, opponents more time to prepare.
Our target hijacked a plane to throw her into a TV in this town. If we sit on our hands, it's possible we'll be put in serious danger.
I lock eyes with Mitsuru and take a step towards her.
We're different from how we used to be. We made the choice to fight shadows as professionals. That's why I traveled around the world and trained harder than ever. And now that something's actually come up, you're hesitating? We agreed to do this. I'm ready to stake my life on the mission.
3 years ago, I had said that it was my duty to help the fight. But looking back on it now, I know a lot of it was just for kicks. Seeing myself definitely became stronger and experienced all that. The personal growth was incredible. Becoming stronger felt like it would satisfy some deep desire within me. And if I died giving it, giving my all against a really powerful opponent, I didn't really mind it though going out like that either. I was honestly fighting for myself more than anything else. But now, something has changed in me. I wandered around the world with something in the back of my mind, constantly nagging at me, something about not having a grasp of some part of myself. I know I wanted power, the power to protect others. But that feeling has always been there. There is still something else, though, something different. A few seconds of silence passed, then Mitsuru's eyes narrowed. Her eyes are filled with steady determination.
All right. Wait right here. I need to go make a phone call first.
Okay, but make it quick.
Yeah, make it quick, please. Mitsuru heads towards the long limousine with a wary smile. I turn my gaze towards the most prominent of the illegal dump TVs, and I reach out towards the screen with my fingers, synced right exactly the same way I just did.
My fists are ready for action.
Excitement wells within me as my reaction to the new sensation I feel within my fingertips.
The other members will wait here in the car.
Yeah. If we all barge in and something happens, we'll be devastated.
Now that you mention it, at least one of us should be staying behind as well.
I am not staying.
I guess.
Us three will be plenty. We'll end this in a flash. No problem.
No problem.
The same as always. Although, we have no idea what might be waiting for us on the other side. Don't get careless.
Right.
Yeah. Right now.
This situation, it brings back memories.
Ready!
Alright, going in. Ooh, I don't think it happened. Oh. We're in here. We're in.
Why enter the TV?
I don't know.
What's going on?
Anything is happening. Everything. Okay, that was quite long. But there we go. We made the scene 2. Now we're in scene 3. Oh, he got out of the gym. When I open my eyes again, the first time I see is high ceiling. I get to my feet and look around. Basketball hoops, a ground lined with white tape, a folding chair stacked into the hair.
Is this
a
gym?
What am I seeing now isn't matching what I expected to be seeing. If my memory is correct, I entered the TV with Mitsuru and Aikis. Is this what's inside of the TV? Then it hit me. This isn't reality. Everything looks extremely real, but I sense Ollie presence nearby. I brace myself inside this lovely quiet gym. And if I'm the only one here, I must be cautious. Am I alone? I suddenly realized that Mitsuru and Aikis should be here too. They came into the TV with me, but they're nowhere to be seen. Did we get separated from each other as we fell in? No, it's more likely that we were separated intentionally. While I don't know if we really need to worry about them, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to handle anything in here on their own. If something does attack them, those two will just counterattack with icicle execution and machine gun.
This feeling in the air reminds me of somewhere, though.
But where? I felt this harsh atmosphere before. I dig through my memories. But that's right, this is what TARDIS felt like. The tower full of shadows where we did battle 3 years ago. Since this area is unfamiliar, I'm assuming hostiles. There's no knowing where the enemy may attack. But waiting around to get ambushed isn't really my thing. It's time for me to get moving. Just as I think that Ooh, bing, bong, bing, bong. What in the world is that? A bizarre object approaches me from further inside the gym. It's red, blue, and round. On top of that, it's walking on 2 feet. I've wandered all across the globe to different regions, but I've never seen such a bizarre creature as this.
Huh? There's a weird guy in a cape.
They both call each other weird. Weirder is still, it's able to communicate with me.
You think you've got the right to call me weird? You seem suspicious.
How rude! I'll say the same back to you. Being half naked and wearing a cape is totally suspicious.
He's got you there. He definitely got you there.
Could this be the pervert I've heard rumors about? My innocence is in danger.
Oh no.
You're making no sense at all. Who are you? Oh, don't tell me. Are you a shadow?
Ooh.
Huh? I'm Teddy! Teddy!
So you are a shadow.
I just said I'm Teddy!
Teddy!
It's easy!
No bear has fur that color. Or can talk.
Of course.
How cruel! I'm an adorable, sexy beast, no matter what angle you're looking from.
Oh. Teddy. Does that mean he's different from an ordinary kind of bear? Maybe. Suddenly a monitor nearby springs to life. What appears on it was also red, blue, and round. Is that a bear thing, or to be exact, was it also Teddy?
I can't have you wandering about on your own. You're such a troublesome bear.
You're the troublesome one! How dare you do whatever you want while looking like me? It's a violation of my image rights!
Basically,
What's going on? Are you twins or something?
Maybe. It could be.
Huh? I've discovered an unknown half-naked caped man! An intruder! Unexpected! X.
Uh-oh, he's glitching again. Oh no, he's glitching. Suddenly the sound and image in the mirror gets corrupted, just when I thought I was going to start figuring something out about this place and those creatures. The screen flickers and dies out. This is some kind of ruse? The monitor pops back on. Once again, it was Teddy. Teddy's? This is confusing. I'm just gonna go and refer the Teddy bear, TV bear as Bear 2, number 2. A lot of people overseas cultures add the suffix like the second or the great to their kids' surnames, so I figured I'd go with that. Something like that. Similar. I'll be right back. I gotta sneeze. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Yeah. In some crazy TV world, I'm not just gonna assume that these are just some guys are Japanese. Like, number 2 is going to care anyway. I gotta waste enough time rationalizing this. Bear number 2's eyes gleam with a sinister manner. He starts speaking clearly now. Oh.
Case 04.
Uh-oh.
Unintended intruder. Entering elimination process.
Uh-oh, elimination process, oh no. Elimination, huh? I don't really have any clue on what is going on yet. But I do know that bear number 2 has just won the right to be the first one here to taste my fists.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but I've seen enough. Looks like you're the enemy here, bear number 2.
Bear number 2, still funny. I'm not sure how much shock I should put in common sense when I'm in the TV world, but if he's using a PA system, I'm guessing that there needs to be some kind of control booth for it. Since I'm in kind of a school, that means I'm probably gonna find bear number 2 in the announcement room. If Labyrinth is inside here, and bear number 2 is running this whole event, he's gonna have some kind of information about her. I turn to Teddy.
As for you, Teddy Teddy. He
Teddy
seems to
Teddy,
be
just
your
Teddy.
enemy too, but why don't you step down and let me handle him?
I proceed to walk off in search of the announcement room. But
No way!
uh-oh.
What?
I mean, who are you? You haven't even told me your name.
That's true.
And that bear might be a bad guy who tricked my beloved sensei and friends. I can't leave this in the hands of a half-naked cape man like you.
Yeah. Teddy. Teddy looks surprisingly resolute as he refuses my offer. Does he have friends of his own that he's trying to desperately protect too?
Well, your costume is strange. I do like that fire in your eyes.
What's that supposed to mean? It sounds perverted coming from a half-naked cape guy.
Teddy, come on. Stop saying that.
Hey, I have a name. It's Akihiko Sanada. You don't have to call me half-naked cape guy.
Yeah.
And I know I can't prove I'm on your side just by saying so. So judge for yourself whether I'm worthy of your trust. In the ring.
Battle started.
You're that excited to do this?
Apparently.
Fists don't lie, you know? Now come on, and I'll give you everything I got.
Oh, it's battle time. I put my fists out in front of me and focus. If one does not face their own cowardness, they cannot summon a persona. That's why persona users used to have and undergo a trial of holding an evoker to their heads. But that was simply the ritual to overcome one's psychological barriers. It is a required step to wielding personas. My resolution has always been with me after all.
Come, persona!
Oh, there he is. I sense power rising deep within me. So he already realized that he doesn't need it. That's pretty cool. He already realized it. Because he's confident, which is nice. Bow, bow, bow. Alright. Okay. I think I can handle this. Oh, jeez.
What'll
Okay.
catch?
Jeez. Thanks, Teddy.
Why? What'll come out?
And bear hunting time.
Why? Will it
Oh,
catch? Kentucky Dodgy! Owie! Bear passing!
Uppercut.
Why? Why?
What?
Jeez.
Kentucky Dodgy!
Good night.
I can feel the...
Here we go.
Chop, chop! Why? Why?
Good night.
Yeah, there you go. Whew. That's a bit tough, but you did it. Okay, so his spell style is pretty interesting.
The intruder
seems like
is a
like a
persona
glass
user.
cannon.
Difficulties in elimination.
Hiccup.
Acknowledging as valid target.
Oh. We can valid targets. Bear number two is muttering something on the other side of the monitor after watching our bout. Seems that I've been officially promoted to the rank of a valid target.
Persona user? Are you talking about me? What do you mean by valid target?
Is there a valid target now?
Irregularity has occurred. Multiple intruders detected. Emergency. Emergency.
Emergency.
Oh, I know! I've just had a fun idea!
Uh-oh. Just as bear number two starts speaking like a normal person, the monitor suddenly cuts out. Seriously, who is this guy? One thing's for sure, it's that I need information right now. I lean over Teddy's flat body and lightly tap the back of his head. He's still calling him Teddy.
Hey, Teddy, wake up.
No! Kanji! You're crushing me to death!
Oh no, what is Kanji doing to you? What is going through that guy's head?
Teddy, wake up!
Hey, Teddy, wake up. I smacked Teddy a little bit more forcefully this time. I was worried that it might make him even flatter, but that's the risk I'm willing to take. This form, I just can't with this form. It's just so funny. Looks like that did the trick. Teddy gets up with whatever weird stomach muscles he has and yells at me while I'm still in the flame state.
Hey! If you hit me so hard, you'll ruin my beautiful coat of fur! I'll go bald!
His face. His face.
And it's just Teddy, not Teddy.
This is going to be a pain. Teddy purses his lips and makes it look and looks away with a huff. I wanted to demonstrate my sincerity with my fist. There's no doubt that I did that. Then again, considering how badly flattened he is right now, I guess it's understandable that he doesn't want to talk to me.
Well, maybe I went a little too far. Let me at least talk to you. I have important business here too. I need as much information as I can get.
Aren't you going to say sorry?
Don't push your luck, or I'll pull out all your fur.
Oh, he was angry.
I was just joking! Well, I am a knowledgeable bear, so I'll make an exception for you and listen.
Hey, I'm the one who won. Where does he get off with this attitude? It doesn't feel right just letting that slide, but I don't want him to get upset pouting again. I take a deep breath and turn to face Teddy. I mean, Teddy once more.
First off, what kind of world is this?
It's the TV world.
Well, at least I was right about that. Teddy went to explaining that there's a mysterious TV program called the Minute Channel that only appears at midnight. The TV broadcast is caused by this world inside the TV. Oop, he's back to normal. It seems that Teddy is back to his original appearance, or rather, his original thickness. He's like a big stress ball.
That's hard to believe. But even if that's true, why does it look like this? Is this supposed to be a school or something?
This is probably the school that Yosuke and the others go to.
It's a real place?
Yeah.
This world changes whenever someone comes here. I'm not sure why it's a school now, though.
It changes when people come here.
I used to live here for a long time, so I saw it happen a lot.
You lived here? Well, does that mean you're from this world? What are you?
Don't hurt him.
That's,
It's complicated. Teddy starts climbing up all of a sudden. He starts getting nervous when I blurted out the realization that he was living in this world and that he wasn't human. Embarrassed about being different from humans, huh? He definitely doesn't look like a human, but that's easy enough to be overlooked because he's able to easily carry on conversations with me. And his fist definitely had a heart. And I just immediately sprung to mind. She's a machine, but she also has the same heart as a person. Though this is Teddy may have some kind of costume creature, he must have a heart as well. That being said, he does look pretty stupid. Akihiko, come on.
There's so much I don't understand. But I can at least say I'm pretty sure you're no threat.
Of course not. I'd never cause anyone any trouble.
If you know this world so well, does the name 5th Generation Labrys sound familiar?
I've never heard of it. Every day's great at Juness.
Every day's great at your Juness.
When I came to, I was locked up here. I managed to escape, though.
Oh.
Only to find that an imposter Teddy was causing a bunch of trouble with his P1 Grand Prix.
He was bumped out a minute ago, but now his face is bright red, and there's steam pouring out of his head. This guy is a real piece of work.
That guy who showed up on screen looked exactly like you.
He calls himself the General.
The General.
But don't confuse me for that phony. The real Teddy is made of all natural bear fur.
If that was someone in disguise, there must be a reason he's trying to look like you.
Maybe.
Ooh, I know. It must be because he's jealous that Sensei and everyone love me the most.
Maybe, Sensei definitely loved Teddy.
But he's not 1/1,000,000th as cute as me. Anyone can tell he's a fake.
He's a fake. Yeah, that's totally obvious. I recall what Teddy said about the Mending channel earlier. Some of the things that have happened in this world are broadcast to the outside world. If that's the case, the misinformation may be spread, and people could be confused or misled. At the moment, I'm not sure why someone would be initially causing such confusion, but that's Teddy, the guy mentioned that his friends were here. If number 2 is a potion to them, then it's not too big of a stretch to imagine that he's trying to turn them in against one another.
Alright, one last question. You said you used to live here. Do you know how to get out?
Of course! That was one of my specialties. I always helped other people when they needed to leave.
Yeah.
But it's not working here for some reason.
Oh no.
I'm losing my confidence.
No,
this is
don't lose your confidence.
bear of a Tedache.
A Tedache? Oh no, not a Tedache.
Ooh, that was an advanced joke.
Yes, it was a good joke.
This is no laughing matter. We won't be able to get out like this.
I wasn't advanced at... What? That wasn't advanced at all. Sheesh. Hey, rude. Did he give me valuable information? He did give me valuable information, though. I now have somewhere of grasp of the situation. My main objective is retrieving Lapras and escaping from this world. I won't be able to accomplish either of these things as it stands, and all that we can really do on our own is speculate. So bear number 2, the general, wasn't. I've already pounded some more detailed answers out of him. All I need to do is keep moving forward. And if I'm going to move forward, I don't see the harm in doing it quickly.
That's it. You're coming with me.
I'm assuming that I'm probably going to need this guy's help in order to get out of here later, so I grab the back of Teddy's head and sprinting forward. But just as I'm about to exit the gym, Teddy gets completely stuck on something.
You're gonna tear it off!
Oh no. I look behind me and Teddy is wildly flailing his arms around. But I don't see anything holding him back. What kind of trick is this?
Hey! You almost made me lose my head!
Ignoring the huge fuss Teddy's making, I reach over towards where Teddy is stuck. But I don't feel anything. Guess I'll just have to try again. I pull back on Teddy's hand towards me with full strength. He's definitely stuck in something. For a moment, it looks like there was a zipper on Teddy's neck. Neck wrapped. Whatever it is probably just my imagination.
Huh?
Yeah, sure, it's definitely just your imagination.
Looks like there's a wall that I can get through, but you can't. What a bizarre place this is.
Says the half-naked cape guy who pulled in my head so hard it almost came off!
Oh well, I'll have to leave you here. Make sure you don't go anywhere alone, you hear me?
I can't burn any more time here. As I turn back towards Teddy to proceed on, his yells echoed inside the gym.
I won't let you abandon me! I get lonely real fast! I'm coming with you!
You can't, Teddy. You can't. Oh, there he goes. Enormous crash reverberates through the area. When I turn around, I see the flying Teddy flattening to the ground like a sheet of paper falling off a desk. He must have gotten a running start and slammed right into whatever there is at full force. Did he just run headfirst into a visible wall without even thinking about how much it would hurt? This guy is seriously the general. This guy said that the general is an enemy of his friends. And because his friends are at risk, he cannot leave everything to me. Oh, he can't, just can't leave everything to me. His lack of regard to personal safety may be because he's so worried about his friends. He behaves oddly, but once you look at the past, I can totally empathize with him.
Sorry. I'll come back for you when all this is settled.
Hey, Magical
Yeah.
viewers, join our Discord server using
Just hang tight, Teddy. I know this is a tough situation.
Share adventures.
I heard you were the enemies of my mission. For those sake of Teddy and his friends. When I step outside the gym, I hear cheering from somewhere. The voices seem to be coming from the outside of the school building. Did a large number of people come to this world? This place is supposed to be a world inside a TV, but that kind of seems like a real school. It feels like an event, like a culture festival or a field day. There's something much more to this place that I don't know. There were many parts of Teddy's explanations that I couldn't grasp. I need first-hand knowledge. I need to see more things with my own eyes. I step out to what looks like the school's main gate and check that nameplate.
Yasagami High School. I remember seeing that name in the report on Inaba.
So what Teddy told me was true. This place seems to be based on school that actually exists. Why recreate a high school building inside the TV? Am I talking to Stack? Wait, as I'm talking Stacks on my surroundings, a high-pitched girl's voice emits from a nearby speaker.
Ladies and gentlemen, what will the next match be like?
An abrupt and confusing school announcement. Tears arise from somewhere, seemingly in response to the announcement. I sense the presence of another, and when I look around, I notice the silhouettes of students that seem to be watching from angles. Are they human? They currently look like humans, but I don't sense any life in them. No matter where the world I went, people who were excited about the battle, that certainly sparked to them. These guys don't have it.
Wow, this is one fired up crowd. Hi everyone, I, Rosette, will be your commentator.
Hi.
But first, the General would like to say a few words. The mic's all yours, sir.
As if answering on commotion, the monitor set up in the center turns on. The General Teddy appears on screen.
Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix! Presenting the manliest of all men!
Ooh.
Oh, so you've come this far. I applaud your bravery in not running away.
Still hiding behind a monitor? It's about time you showed up in person.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope,
yeah, I'll crush
sorry,
you.
but I'm not falling for a cheap ploy like that.
Oh,
You
come
better
on.
follow the rules. Allow me to explain. The P1 Grand Prix is a one-on-one battle. Those who are paired off must fight. Only the winner may move on.
Only the winner may move on? Then that visible wall that Teddy ran into was his face must be part of the contest this guy set up.
Interesting. Who are you gonna make me fight?
A bizarre left plays an image of the screen switches, and it showed next seemed like an odd commercial for some P1 Grand Prix. If someone produced a video like this for the event, does that mean everyone here is a willing participant? From the looks of it, they seem to be ordinary students. I just don't think everyday students like this would be involved in the hijacking of the airplane and seeing Labrys, but...
Huh? Who are they?
They are stuff. They're people.
I don't have to answer that.
Shadows? I mean...
Sorry, but I don't have time to play along. I'm taking back Labrys.
Yeah.
You are?
Yes, of course we are.
Huh?
The general on the screen looked shocked by my words. He's been evasive or just laughing at anything I said until now, so this has obviously struck a nerve.
Don't think everything's gonna be that easy for you.
He's angry.
You all should suffer, and then suffer some more!
Oh, jeez. I'm not sure what specifically antagonized him, but it seems like he definitely knows something about Labrys. You think you can make him suffer, huh? Well, bring it on. Oh, you think you can make me suffer? Bring it on. I flourish my cape and head into the school building.
It won't be easy, huh?
I think what the general said a moment ago. Honestly, I can't really think of too many times in my life where things went easily. Growing up as an orphan, my memories of losing what was precious to me. I never got too burdened by it, but I've constantly been pitted up by others for my misfortunes.
Whatever. I never expected it to be.
Oh. The pain of losing my source of determination. I must stay strong in order to protect those who are precious by my side right now. I proceed through the school building, and after climbing a number of stairs, I notice something odd. The place is bigger on the inside. than it looks on the outside. The hallways don't turn like the directions you expect based on how the outside of the building looks, and the way the classrooms connect with each other is bizarre as well.
This is what I'd figure another world would be like. Huh.
I raged towards the upcoming corner, and I came to contact with an invisible wall. I see, so this is what prevented Teddy from following me. I couldn't have done much earlier, but now that I can actually touch it... He tried to attack it. Silly. I put all my strength in this drink, but the wall barely gave at all. If it shakes, that means it's taking some damage. If I keep attacking, I might be able to break it through a portion of it by punching it out of the way. But I really don't know how much of this whole charade I can break, though, by destroying these walls. I wouldn't be a smart way of expending my energy. Yeah, no, it's definitely not. When something catches my eye, a window. When I reach towards it, an invisible wall doesn't impede my progress.
I knew it. Whoever set this up only thought about blocking people's paths. Anywhere there already was a real wall got overlooked.
Oh. I'm not obliged to play by the enemy's gimmicks. If they want me to be gone one way, maybe I can get revenge by taking routes that don't...
Then I'll just go another way.
I put my hand into the windows frame and jump outside. He actually jumped. Jeez, okay, Hiko, you're crazy. I landed near a classroom that seems to be partially below ground level. I looked through one of the windows, though. The interior is odd. It looks like a music room. A window closed, but it's still just a glass window. If this really was a school, I'd hesitate to do this, but hey, this is a fake world. I reared back and put my fist through the window.
Whoa! What the? Who are you?
I'm Kanji. There's someone already inside this room. He was a well-built young man in a school uniform.
Huh? You're that guy from the video.
Did you just come falling from up there? What's going on? Answer me!
I remember now. You're the blood-curdling beefsteak emperor.
Maybe. It's kind of funny.
Hell no, come on! Did you even try to remember my name?
So that P1 Grand Prix thing has already started.
I recall the rules that those who encountered each other must fight. The general said that only the winner can proceed. I decided to see if those rules are still in effect, and I reached towards the exit of the music room. I feel the same wall I felt earlier, bearing my path. Oh, the same goes for the window I came from. It's irritating that I have to follow the rules to fight. But since walls cannot be easily destroyed, I have no choice. I don't know what kind of circumstances that this Kanji guy faced with, but if we're going to fight, we might as well do it right.
Hey, take off your clothes.
Oh my. Akihiko.
What the hell? How can you ask that straight out?
Yeah, why?
What's wrong with what I said? Won't it be hard to maneuver wearing that?
Oh my. Akihiko. Jeez.
Maneuver?
Why is he getting all flustered? His face is red. Maybe I'm not feeling well. Come on, you literally just told him to strip.
What are you all flustered for? I'm talking about your jacket. If you don't wear it right, it'll get in your way during the fight.
Oh, my jacket?
Okay, it is your
you just
jacket.
said that to begin with? There's no real meaning behind this. It's like, just the way I wear it.
Maybe. Probably. It's just funny.
It's plain weird.
Oh.
Says the guy who's half naked except for a cape.
Does have a point.
Seriously, you're ridiculous! It's bad manners to jump out a window like that!
The general makes a disgusted face and seems to be pretty upset.
Sorry to say, I've never been big on manners. Too bad things didn't go your way.
We'll see if you can keep that attitude up for long. You must fight whoever you're paired with. Now get started!
Yeah. No, I will win. I understand that, but I can't attack someone who doesn't have the urge to fight. I turn towards Kanji to spur him on, but his expression is completely different than it was from before. Redness in his cheeks is gone, and there's a fire in his eyes that almost seems murderous. It looks like there's no need to worry for me to worry at all.
Saying the weirdest crap. Looks like I'll have to make you leave.
Uh-oh.
Let's get this started, Capey!
What, now you're interested? Alright, come and get me.
Yeah.
You're not really strong anyway. You're just a fake. Nothing worthy about it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Shut up! Why not ask yourself that? Here goes.
Hey, time to play Kanji. Oh, we can do this. I think we can. Alright, Kanji, let's do this.
Finally! Fight! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! That's nothing! Full power! Nikazuchi! Damn it! Good night! That's nothing!
Unstoppable!
This is it!
Oh, there it is.
Persona!
That's
nothing! Damn it!
Oh, we got you.
All right!
Hit home.
Go! Take Nikazuchi! Damn it!
The tables are about to be turned.
Damn it! Don't underestimate you! Damn it! That's nothing! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! That's nothing! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! That
There you go.
great.
Huh. That's crazy, but we did it.
Applause for both sides.
Okay. Please, look at my face. Oh, we did it. I take a deep breath next to the collapsed Kanji to lower my heart rate when the wind blows from the battle. Then I calmly re-examine the surroundings. During the battle, I had no choice that the speculative students had changed into something completely different. They're not human. Their silhouettes shaped like people, or something. I don't know why they're showing their true form, but that's fine. They're not human, and that's no need to worry about it. Just leave them be. And if they happen to be turned hostile, I could easily crush their lifeless creatures like that. Kanji regained consciousness. He recovered much more quickly than I was expecting.
It's amazing. So this is what you meant by going at it with nothing to hide.
Yeah.
When did I say that?
You're one passionate guy. Guess you're no ordinary pervert.
He's no pervert. No.
Since when am I a pervert?
I don't know. Kanji flashes a bright smile that's different from the other one displayed before the fight. Anger and hatred have fled his body entirely. Now that the fight is over, he seems like he's got spirit.
Ow! Man, for a dream, this sure hurts.
No.
Huh? That's weird. How come a dude I've never met before is here in my dream?
Oh, that's true. He thinks it's a dream. He thinks this whole place is a dream.
The dream? What are you talking about? Aren't we inside the TV world?
Huh?
The TV world. If you can dream with your eyes open, I'm pretty impressed.
What? You're inside the TV?
Of course, yeah.
I seriously thought this was all a dream!
No, it's no dream. It doesn't seem like Kanji's acting. He honestly seems to think that this entire thing was all a dream. I thought the people in the promo video was related to the general, but maybe everyone here was actually dragged into the spy force. So I can't abandon the others who are here in that video either.
Hey, do you have any idea who the other people in that video were?
They were pretty much all my friends, but... Oh, crap.
Uh-oh. Kanji clutches his head or something occurred to him. It seems quite
I
serious.
thought this was a dream, so I kinda sorta beat the snot out of a couple of them.
Okay, so this is after he bought a couple of them. Okay. Oh.
Well, if they lost to someone who was half asleep, they'll just have to suck it up.
Yeah. They lost to someone who thought I was sleeping.
You think so? Things are just that black and white to you, huh?
Seriously, I thought it was going to be something important information. This Kanji guy seems to be yoinked out of his own normal life into this weird situation that he's oddly blase about. Blase about it? I think that's what he's saying.
This isn't a dream. Then Ted and Rise are really hosting it?
Maybe, maybe not.
General
Probably
Teddy.
Not.
The other Teddy said that he was a fake.
Yeah, fake.
A fake? You're kidding me! How'd he make such a perfect copy of the bear suit?
That's the part you're hung up on?
He's hung up about that part.
But yeah. They're hardly twisted bastards who enjoy watching friends crush each other.
You seem pretty sure of your friends.
Man, the things I went through with those guys. And here I thought you were a pervert who wasn't listening to a word I said. Guess I had you figured wrong.
Of course. It looks like this guy is having a tough enough time just changing the way he thinks about me. Maybe he's just an idiot. The way he expresses changes to that honest and relieved look that he's talking about to his friends. It seems that he has friends that he can really trust. If we met under less dangerous circumstances, I wouldn't mind sitting around and chatting with him for a bit. But I have a duty to attend to right now.
By the way, have you heard the name Labris anywhere? She's supposed to be somewhere in here.
Huh? Lab rat? What?
Lab rat? No, it's Labris, not lab rat.
I see. Well, if you don't know, don't worry about it.
And with that, I leave Kanji and begin walking towards the door. Kanji goes out and stops.
Hey, wait a second! You haven't told me anything about you! Who are you? What did you come inside the TV for?
There's no point in explaining.
What?
Kanji attempts to stop me, but he changes his mind. His expression tells me that he is not satisfied with the outcome of this but he swallows his frustration, takes a seat on the ground. Since he fought against a number of people already, he must understand that he can't proceed because he's lost. He lost. Kanji looks directly into my eyes and speaks.
Well, I was the loser here, so I can't complain. If this isn't a dream, then my friends are in trouble.
That's all you need to say? I answer with a smile.
I know. I won't let anything happen to him.
Yeah, we'll protect them.
The way you fought says it all. You can't throw punches like that without a shitload of training. I could feel your determination behind every one.
Yeah, the same's true for you. Good work.
Praise exchanged after trying to beat each other senseless. We have a moment that only those who just brawled against each other can share. Kanji's skills are exceptional for a high school student. When I was in the boxing club, there's only one handful of guys who could trade blows with me just like he did. Considering that he's good with his self-taught fighting skills, there is no question that he'd become an unparalleled fighter if he just a proper training.
But you should be careful. My friends are hella strong, you know? If you're not careful, you'll be eating pavement.
Eating pavement, that's not good. But is that supposed to be a genuine warning for me, or was it to boast how great his friends are? Either way, I can understand the feeling behind his words, so I smile back at him.
I don't know about that. My fists can't be stopped that easily.
There's nothing more I need to say to Kanji. I turn and begin running towards down the hall. But seriously, if they ever met, I could see Kanji being Akihiko's apprentice for a little bit. That would be pretty cool. Sometime after parting ways with Kanji...
This is pointless.
I'm still wandering aimlessly through the school building. I have no idea if the path I'm taking right now is correct or not, because the invisible walls keep getting in the way. I found another window and reached towards it.
Guess they fixed that little loophole.
Yep, they fixed it. No more loopholes. I wish it was that simple to fix loopholes easily. I wish it was. Then stuff wouldn't be happening as it would. I didn't take them very long to put invisible walls over the windows. Just as I pulled the hand back, the PA system blares.
No more breaking the rules. Seriously, why can't some people follow simple directions?
Oops, she's talking to you.
You act like I ever intended on following your rules.
The fact that they've gone to the trouble to correct their oversights means that limiting our movements must be very important to them. They don't seem like they don't want us to escape. So that probably means that there's another thing, there's something waiting up ahead that's very placed before me. I follow the path dictated by invisible walls until I reach a classroom. Is this where they want me to go?
Akihiko, you're all right. Then again, seeing you isn't necessarily cause for celebration. If we're both here in one place, that means...
Yeah, looks like it.
Who I found inside the classroom was none other than Mitsuru. Normally running into her would be a great relief since it would give me a capable ally, but since the stupid P1 rules are in effect, this isn't the case here.
So, you're my next opponent.
This is exactly what the enemy wanted.
When Mitsuru makes this better declaration, the monitor inside the classroom turns on. I already knew who I'd be seeing. It was the general.
Well, this is about to get real interesting! An unwanted battle between friends. I hope you two enjoy it to the fullest!
Ooh.
Is that supposed to upset us? Can you believe this guy, Mitsuru?
There certainly is an unwanted battle between friends. I have no intentions of fighting against Mitsuru, but we both understand what needs to be done in order to accomplish the mission. There's no way we'll allow a little something like this to shake our resolve. But oddly, when I look back towards Mitsuru, I see her looking at me with pity.
I'm sorry, Akihiko. I believe I may have driven you into a corner.
Oh.
Huh? What do you mean?
I should have realized much sooner. It's not strength you truly desire. What you really want is to forget your fear of losing others. That's why you throw yourself so fervently into your training.
Maybe.
It's a twisted form of escape. At the very least, you can allow me to put an end to such things.
Forget about my fears of losing others, huh? As Mitsuru well knows, I have lost countless things up until now. And that anxiety that burned somewhere in my heart may strike at me at any moment. But the Mitsuru I know wouldn't bear up something like that in time like this. It's obvious to any of my friends. It's obvious to any friends of Mitsuru. There's something going on here.
Teddy and Kanji also started getting personal before the fight. Is this some kind of trick?
Probably, yeah.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Of course, Teddy's
Sounds to
over
me
too.
like she means it.
I don't know what you're up to here, but you're gonna have to try harder. It's fine, though. I'll just take this chance to enjoy some serious sparring.
Oh. Those who encounter one another must fight, and the only victor may proceed. Since the rules still stand, we've gotta fight. They removed any choice we had. I turned to face Mitsuru once again.
There were a bunch of people I wanted to fight once I got back to Japan, to test my skills. And you were at the top of the list, Mitsuru. Didn't think I'd get a chance so soon, though.
Mitsuru takes her stance without saying a word. The tension of battles sends a tingle through all the muscles in my body.
Here goes, Akihiko.
Alright, let's do this.
Come and get me, Mitsuru!
Sorry, Mitsuru. Gonna have to beat you. Okay. Alright. Let's do this. Akihiko versus Mitsuru. Who will win? Of course, it's not going to be Akihiko, unfortunately, this round. Hopefully, anyway. Anything's pretty possible.
Persona!
Looks like they're finally on a roll!
Nice! Straight punch! Gotcha!
Vicious attack!
I'm coming for you!
Gotcha!
This is turning into a very
Kneel before me!
one-sided battle!
I'm coming for you!
He's really strong.
On guard! I'm coming for you!
Has the battle been decided?
VTuber. I guess we can
I'm coming for you!
Oh, yep. VTuber one.
All right, it's over. Time to leave.
He's strong. Yeah, rematch, please. Oh. Okay. Right at the end. This is a lot stronger than I thought she would be.
Final!
Was it just okay? Over
Kneel before me! Freeze over!
I don't know. I think he's really fast, but this one he has too much defense. As long as I'm really basically making but Brady doesn't have that much defense.
This is turning into a very
I'm coming for you!
one-sided battle.
I'm coming for you!
One rush after another.
I'm coming for you! Won't escape! Better luck next time!
Done in pursuit. And the one was dead on.
Glacia! Kneel before!
What's this?
How will it end?
I'll force it!
Persona!
I'm coming for you!
Either way,
What? Seize it!
Fence has been
KO'd.
I'll be...
How unfortunate.
Jeez.
Better luck next time.
He's really strong. Let's try this again. Try this again. Jeez, VTuber's way too strong.
Final! Fight!
I think they could both use a decisive hit.
Kneel before!
Persona!
I'm coming for you!
Excited battle. Is it over already?
Straight punch!
Not yet!
This is turning into a
I'm
very
coming for you!
one-sided
Won't
battle.
escape! Better luck next time!
Jeez, there's just so much damage.
Do it!
One side has a slight advantage. Although, that one hit an awakening.
You won't escape! Better luck next time!
Your stamina is low.
I'm coming for you! Won't escape! Better luck next time!
I'm stuck in a loop.
Has the battle been decided?
Right
The persona has been destroyed.
You won't escape! Better luck next time!
KO'd.
Oh my god,
Oh
fine.
my! They lost.
Jeez. Okay. Alright, try again. VTuber is very strong.
Final!
Okay, I can do this,
Fight! Persona!
Well struck!
Looks like they're
I should
finally
walk
on
that
a
way.
roll.
Kneel before her! Not yet!
Is the opponent cornered?
Damn!
This is turning into a
Straight
very
punch.
one-sided battle.
Straight punch!
Another rush. Is the opponent reading their
Here we go!
Execution. An awakening. Will
What's
this
this?
turn the table?
Here we go!
Yeah, okay, I did it. I finally did it.
In the end, the victor was no surprise.
Okay. Yeah, that was hard. VTuber was hard. The battle was over. I glanced down at VTuber. She gave her a firm expression and opens her mouth.
I yield. Your skills have improved tremendously, Akihiko.
Yeah. Yours was too, because we lost three times.
Yours too. I was really worried there that you might execute me.
Oh yeah, she did execute us like 3 times. VTuber gave me a worried smile. That's the VTuber I know. Her odd behavior prior to the fight, as well as the general's work, I wonder...
Mitsuru, what did I say to you before the fight?
Huh? Why do you ask? As I recall, you said some unkind things about my late father.
Oh no. I knew it. Of course, I have no memories of saying anything like that because I didn't. The general probably got some tricks that warps the opponent's reality, so it's good so that good friends will hate each other. Maybe it was all an illusion. I don't understand how it all works, but there is one thing I'm absolutely certain of it. Mitsuru and I turned towards the mother and smugly smiled at the general. His little gimmick was completely useless. General Teddy can barely contain his hatred as he responds.
How can you fight without holding back like that? People hesitate more when they face their friends. They break down. They suffer. So how come you aren't suffering? Why? I don't understand.
I'm not surprised. Anyone who needs to trick people to get his way wouldn't understand.
They definitely would not understand.
Our bonds aren't that flimsy.
After the general growls at us, the communication cuts off. Suffering, huh? The general was going about making us suffer earlier. Is why he's making us fighting here? To make us suffer? But then why would he steal Lapras?
Akihiko, let's compare notes. I want to confirm our situation.
Right. Although I don't have much for you.
I gave a summary of everything I figured up until this point. Since Mitsu's persona has a search ability, I'm sure she's able to gather as much information than I have. She seems to already know everything that I discovered, so Mitsu then fills me on what she's learned. I guess it's safe, though neither of us has encountered her. All the high school students here are in the commercial have seemed to be persona users, and in general seem to be gathering persona users into this world. Unfortunately, neither of us know what his intentions are. But more importantly, we're Lapras.
Did you find Lapras?
Igus seems to have made contact with her. She seems to be calling herself the student council president of the school. In fact, she's going so far as to play the part.
Really?
Play the part?
She seems to be unaware that she entered a TV. It's possible that someone forced her in here, but that doesn't explain why she's acting out a role in school life.
I have no idea what could be about right now. It's placed in school, but just as a copy of the school in another world. What kind of school life could possibly be here?
And one more thing. I heard a strange voice. I'm not certain, but it's most likely Lapras. Either her inner thoughts or her memories. It was a voice of deep sorrow, suffering, sadness.
That's not good.
It was so vivid I wanted to cover my ears.
Mitsudo casts down her eyes as if reliving the pain. A great portion of Arrow research data has been lost because of the actions of the former research. He was just a mastermind behind the events all three events 3 years ago. All of it must be mortifying for Mitsudo that the man is the reason why her family was taken from her.
If that was truly Lapras, then she's practically human. She may not be that far behind Igus in terms of mimesis.
Sure, Igus's sister unit would have a mind. But does that mean the older version is more advanced?
Maybe.
Doesn't seem likely, but I can't say for certain. Still, I'm only speculating, but I feel like her deeply negative emotions are connected to this tournament.
Connected how?
Do you really think Lapras was stolen? The general seemed to want to make us suffer rather than eliminate us. Would a thief wish for that? Or draw in unrelated high school students?
Definitely not.
I see. That General Teddy's actions do seem in line with what Lapras wants. He actually may in fact be Lapras.
It's possible that Lapras regained consciousness much earlier and escaped when she was being transported.
I cannot deny the possibilities right now, but there's something else I can do.
Mitsuru,
no.
You're doing your brow furrowing thing again.
What? That doesn't matter right now.
You're overthinking things. All this conjecture and speculation will drive you nuts. Let's pick this up again once we defeat the enemy.
This would always been like this. She sees worst case scenarios that haven't been happening yet and brushes herself coming up with contingency plans based on them. Even though she doesn't necessarily stop moving forward, it certainly does weigh her down. Sometimes we need that hard-headedness, but there's time, a place for it.
Ever think that maybe it's you who's underthinking things?
Anyway, there's no time to lose right now. You know where the enemy is, right?
Yeah, do you?
Yes, I've traced its location. It should be nearby. I will leave the rest to you, Akihiko. Don't disappoint me, all right?
As Mitsuru says those words, her expression softens a bit. It seems that I've been able to reach her.
Ha! Of course not.
Yeah. Mitsuru has grown up as well. She changed since that battle 3 years ago. Now that I think about it, a lot of time has passed since then. None of us has remained stuck in the past. We've all changed. I parted ways with Mitsuru and hurried on ahead. According to Mitsuru's search, the enemy seems to be nearby. The enemy is waiting for their encounter with us as well. With that, well, that's one wish I won't mind granting at all. Just as they reached the top of the stairs, a loud noise punctured the atmosphere. Is someone on a rampage with their persona? No, that's not it. It's some sort of sound that is massively objects create upon impact. I hear it again, coming from the room ahead. There is no invisible walls that prevent me from making my way towards the sound, and I finally reached my destination.
The announcement room. Here we go.
Here we go. We're finally here, finally. The monitoring PA system must have been controlled from this room. I grabbed the door handle, but it won't open. This is different from those invisible walls. However, it's just an ordinary door. Sorry if there's a broadcast going on, but I'm going to have to punch my way in. You gotta punch the door. Bingo! I smashed through the door and entered the room.
Whoa! It's that red cape guy I saw earlier!
Ichi! Everyone's inside immediately wheels around to face me. There's 2 female students around before me. One of them I recognize from the video, but the other one is some familiar face. It's my first time seeing her, but I immediately know who she is. She looks just like a regular person aside from her mechanical parts. It's Labrys. And General Teddy.
So it wasn't Labrys after all.
Immediately, General Teddy, who's glaring at me, begins to change. Okay, there he goes. He's changing. Oh my. He's again. I still don't like this. I still don't like this. He's disgusting. He just went to goop. Oh. Here she is again. There's a weapon. She's got the battle axe ready. Alright, so we're gonna fight her, or is this gonna be to be continued? Well, see. Okay, we'll still continue.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Another Labrys.
Oh, this is what happened with Jay's storyline. I do remember that now. He did come crashing as well. Nice. Well, this is completely unexpected. I can't even come up with a reason for why something like this would occur. Maybe this is another one of those illusions. No, if that were true, what I'm seeing would be more direct assault on my inner thoughts. I started inventing and discarding possible reasons for what is happening. Eventually, I just cast aside my theories. I took a deep breath and calmed myself. With what is my object? Why was I summoned to receive Labrys and prevent danger from spreading? It doesn't matter if there's 1, 2, 20 of one of her. My initial object are infected, and I will give everything I have to complete my mission.
Fine. I'll just calm them both down.
Hey. Sensing the hostility directed towards me, I smile and eagerly fight. Oh, I'm gonna fight her. Oh, of course, it was to be continued, of course. But that should be a good spot for ending for tonight. Because I am getting a bit tired. So unfortunately, we didn't finish up with Aegis, but that's okay. We'll do it next time. We'll do it next Sunday. Oh yeah, so thank you anyone who is lurking. I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for Jojo for stopping by. I do appreciate you stopping by to say hi. I do appreciate it. And anyone else that was lurking, I do appreciate all the lurkers. Thank you, thank you. And anyone who watches the VODs later on, thank you as well. Thank you, thank you. So have a good night. Have a wonderful day, wherever you're currently watching. Bye-bye. Well, I should probably see, let's see if there's anyone to raid. I haven't seen anyone that much today. Yeah, usually Wednesdays. There's really not that many people on Wednesday nights. Let me refresh just in case. Wrong button. Yeah, not a lot of people today. That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's fine. I just no raid tonight. Okay, so have a good night, and hope to see everyone again tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but on Friday for Aether Turning. We'll see how long. I think maybe we might or may not be able to finish it. I highly doubt we'll be able to finish it on Friday night, but we'll see. Yeah, so we'll see you all on Friday night for more Aether Turning. Bye bye.
Thank you, viewers, for watching. Your support brings magic to our adventures. Hope to see you again next time at 11:30 p.m. Pacific Time. Your presence means the world to us.